All right, here we go. 20 seconds, y'all. All right. Dial the dude. Where does Garfield factor into Silent Hill? I will say this, the one thing that would make Silent Hill 3 remake a masterpiece. Wow, is a cat ending. If they put a cat ending with Minmo in it in Silent Hill 3, that's good shit. All right, here we go. They're in Silent Hill again. Get out. Wait, they're not in Silent Hill. Wait, no, stop. Why is it in German?
岡本さんと一緒に進行を担当する吉崎千尋です。
Hi.
私も
Can I have that shirt?
作目から
I want that shirt.
それ楽しんできました。今日はプレイヤーの一人として今回のトランスミッション非常にワクワクしています。
And we mean that literally. We're standing in front of the Silent Hill store.
よろしくお願いします。
さあこのトランスミッション今回はどんな情報が伺えるんでしょうか。
はい、今回はサイレントヒル F にフォーカスしたトランスミッ
Yeah,
ション
baby.
になります。このプロジェクトを発表したのが2022年の10月ですから。
Yeah, for real.
皆さんも随分お待たせしてしまいましたが。
Oh my god.
新たな情報を
Time is stupid.
になりました。
そうですね。ティザートレーラーが話題となって謎に包まれていたサイレントヒル F のこの最新情報がようやくお披露目。
So the questions that have been holding Sorry, I'm kind of blocking
F
the.
のロゴが入っていて岡本さんかっこいいですね。
ありがとうございます。
Yeah, they do. I want one. Give me one.
私気になっていたんですけれども、私たちが今立
Where are
っ
we
ている
standing?
場所も。
はい、この場所もサイレントヒル F のゲーム内のロケーション。
Yeah, I remember it from the CG.
語りたいことは山ほどあるのですが、今日は
But first things
新たなトレ
first.
ーラーを用意してきましたので、まずは
Yes,
皆さん
yeah.
こちらをご覧
Here we
いただ
go,
きたいと思い
baby.
ます。それではどうぞ。
Very Atama, yes, extremely. Wait, does this have?
シュウ君、嘘ついてるよね。
All right, I'm just gonna turn this off.
騙せてると思う。
Ooh,
ひなこを。
Inako.
ひなこはね、死んだんだよ。
Ooh. Also, the art direction of everything I've seen in Silent Hill F is so good.
いつまでも一緒にいたい。お友達は永遠じゃないのよ。彼らだっていつか必ずあなたを裏切る。あなたが裏切り者と呼ばれたように。ひなこ？あ、ごめん。何？天秤にかけるか。
I'm sorry, I'm getting Dread Out vibes, and I fucking love it.
しっかりと判断しなさい。
If there is a monster that is the size of a fucking tower, it would be sick. Gross. Okay, this looks in game. Also, am I? Whoa. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck off with that sound. Ooh.
ひなこ、いつまでここ？
You're gonna get chased in the game and that fucking thing is gonna be making that sound the entire time. Whoa, cool! It's got its own like little style. Oh, seriously?
でもおかしいと思うの。
Ooh.
自分がわからない感
Oh my god, it's like
じ。自分の気持ちが
lost her
理
sleeve.
解できない。私かお前の夢の中ってことはないよな。ひなこ、もう時間がないのよ。
That's fucking sick.
あなたが生かされたということは、ここに至ってもまだ迷いがあるということなのね。
Oh, I thought she was like cut in half.
もう尽きかけている。
Hey, 3 vibes.
さっきからなんで何もわからないふりをしているの？
This is like a game made for
私はね。
people who loved Fatal Frame too. I just played Fatal Frame and it's just like, holy fuck. Pipe, baby! Get piped, idiot! What happened to her back? I was kind of judging the logo revealed, or not revealed, but like if
それでは
there was enough space for 5.
あなたが幸せを掴んでくれることを願っています。
Oh, baby. Oh, wishless now.
謎が謎を生み、そして恐怖が恐怖を生むサイレントヒルの DNA を受け継いでいるかのような素晴らしいトレーラーでした。そしてウィッシュリストが本日開始と
Let's do it, baby.
ぜひ各プラットフォームのストアページから登録
I'll do it after. I want to pay attention.
対象のプラットフォームは
All right, so PS5. Okay.
Xbox
Epic.
シリーズ XS、そして
Epic.
Steam、
Steam and Epic.
Epic
Interesting.
Games Store、マイクロソフトストアとなっています。
Windows or Microsoft
ここ
Store.
からはサイレントヒル F について
Okay.
さらに詳しい情報をお届けしていきたいと思います。まずは皆さんも気になっているであろう本作のあらすじについて
Yeah, baby.
からご紹介いたしましょう。
Story, baby. Let's go.
清水ひな子の日常は思春期
Was living her life as an ordinary teenager, that is, until her town is suddenly shrouded in fog and begins to change in a horrific way. Now she must explore a town she no longer recognizes while solving puzzles, fighting strange enemies, and doing everything she can to survive in order to face the ultimate decision that she must make. This is a tale about a beautiful yet terrifying
選
choice.
択と向き合うために美しくもおぞましい
Beautiful
選
yet
択の
terrifying
物語。
choice.
いや、ものすごく気になるストーリーでした。私もファンの一人としてワクワクしていますが、岡本さん、これまで海外を舞台としてきたこの過去シリーズの作品とは違って、今回はこの
Focuses heavily on Japanese themes, yeah.
和を特徴とした
I can see a lot of
F です
fans being
ま
like,
ずは改めて本作品の
What the fuck?
を教えてください。
はい、本作品のコンセプトは美しいがゆえにおぞましい。サイレントヒルシリーズの核である
Son of
最高
retains
の
the series'
ホ
core
ラーと
elements,
しての要素は
psychological
残しつつ
horror.
も従来の作品から一転して日本を舞台にし和のテイストを前面に押し出した挑戦的な作品となります。日本のホラーの一つの特徴は美しさの中におぞましさが宿っていることです。美しいものは美しすぎるがゆえにとてつもなく恐ろしいものでもあります。プレイヤーは一人の女性の人生を通して美しくもおぞましい選択をしていくことになります。美しさと同居したおぞましさをぜひ体験していただけたらと思います。
日本ならではのホラーを追求しているというのが本当ひしひしと伝わってくるんですけれども、美しくもおぞましい選択ってどんなことが考えられるんでしょうか。
Yeah,
ま
what?
さにそれがこの作品のコアになっていますので、美しさとおぞましさが共存する様をぜひ体験していただければと思います。
ありがとうございます。それではここからはサイレントヒル F の魅力をより深掘りしていくためにゲストの方にお越しいただきましょう。今回ストーリーを担当されているこの方です。どうぞ。
Hey! Ryukishima boy!
よろしくお願いします。
龍騎士07さんです。よろしくお願いいたします。
He's so cute!
さあ岡本さん、龍騎士さんといえば日暮らしの泣く頃になど数々の作品を世に送り
Yeah,
出してい
baby!
ます。
Yeah!
今回サイレントヒルシリーズには初参加ということで、このあたりの経緯
Ryukishi said that an inspiration for Higurashi was Silent Hill, right?
和風ホラーのエッセンスを理解しているシナリオライターの方が必要でした。和風ホラーの中で最も有名な作品の一つが日暮らしの泣く頃にです。多くのユーザーが当
Oh, that's
時
beautiful.
事件の謎を考察していました。サイレントヒルもまた特に2がそうなんですけれども、多くのファンが考察を楽しんでいるコンテンツです。恐怖があり考察があるストーリーを書くにあたって日暮らしの泣く頃にの龍騎士先生はベストな選択でした。龍騎士先生はサイ
He
レント
also
ヒル
wrote a
の
review
大
of
ファ
one
ン
of
で
the
もあり
SH
ます。
games from a magazine, if I'm not mistaken. Gale had oh, sick! I'd love to, Jan, if you could find that and then give me that, that would be amazing.
岡本さんありがとうございます。
The first Silent Hill,
サイレン
interesting.
トヒルのファンというのも分かりましたし、やっぱりこの恐怖考察といえば龍騎士さんというのは我々も本当にこううなずくところなんですけれども、今回岡本さんからオファーを受けてどんな気持ちでこちら臨んでいったんでしょうか。
The chat is full of I love you!
そうですね。
I love you, Ryukishi!
有名なサイレントヒルさんからお声がかかったということもあって、私のスタッフの方がですね、むしろ実はシナリオ と見せかけてもっと小さいお手伝いの仕事かもしれないから、ぬか喜びにならないようにね、ちょっとまだ冷静に落ち着いて待っててねみたいなことを言って、むしろスタッフの方が
So pragmatic.
やってくれたぐらいで、それで入念に打ち合わせを重ねていったら、どうやら本当にシナリオの話らしいということでものすごい浮かれて、そしてものすごい緊張感でコナミさんにお伺いしたのを覚えております。
Fucking sucks.
サイレントヒル愛が本当にすごいので、私たちも安心して任せることができました。
いや、この今回サイレントヒルシリーズの完全新作ということで、やっぱり緊張して臨んだと思うんですけれども、新たなストーリーを作るにあたって意識したことがあれば教えてください。
そうですね、やっぱり一番最初に、実は私もコナミさんにお伺いする直前までは日本が舞台になるとは思わなかったんです。やはりサイレントヒルという街の関したゲームですから、やはりサイレントヒルが舞台になるだろうと思っていたんです。
Oh no.
実際にお会いして話を聞いているうちに、今度は日本を舞台にして、
Oh no.
で当然私の方ではサイレントヒルってのはサイレントヒルでやるからサイレントヒルなんだろうと思ってい
Did
た
he
んですけ
just
ども、
say that
実はサイレントヒルとは何ぞや、
Konami just gave what?
この作品自体は一体何を描いているんだ。
Whoa, what?
それで岡本さんと随分初期の打ち合わせにサイレントヒルとは何ぞやということを随分たくさん
Y'all, I don't like that.
でまず
Konami told him, hey, it's in Konami.
タイトルが持つ
Of course.
一つは
I can't imagine a more Konami thing.
持つ記憶や物語、痛みや、あるいは
I guess that makes a lot of sense that they went with
そういう、もちろんサイレントヒルで土地の
Higurashi instead of like
もう一つ
with
は
Bloober Team in that
登
way.
場人物たちの心の闇とか、
Because if they were like, no, it's in Japan,
そういったわだかまりか
Bloober Team would be like, wait, we don't know anything about Japan.
描かれた心象世界で対峙していくという、そういう精神世界を描いたテーマ、この2つの面があったわけなんですよね。この前者でなく後者がサイレントヒルだ
I'm not gonna lie,
であると考えたならば、
my excitement just took a huge hit. Like
考えるに至ったわけです。
it looks cool. Don't get me wrong, and I trust Ryokishi, but like
はい。
knowing that Konami like mandated that it take place in Japan is
それまでのサイレントヒルも一通りやらせてきて、いつも割と女性が割と受難が
I don't like that.
生まれた時から
Thanks, Jan. We'll watch it after the stream.
が多かったんで、ただ
Also, sorry I'm in the way of the fucking
その
subtitles.
中でも自分なりの選択を葛藤しながら選べるような、流されるんじゃなくて自分の意思で答えを見つけれるような主人公、あるいは物語にしたいなという思いはありました。
It's
いや
not,
こ
of
の
course.
選択を繰り返していって結末、そして未来を掴んでいく、まさしくサイレントヒルだなというふうに感じました。ありがとうございます。お二人の本作にかける熱い思い伝わって
I
き
can
まし
see a
た。
lot of fans getting pissed off about this. About like, why the fuck is it in Japan? I mean, they were already kind of, oh
さあ
fuck!
こちら新しい場所に我々やってまいりましたが、こちらちょっと神社でしょうか、鳥居も見えますし、そして何よりもちょっと重々しい
Oh my
雰囲気
god,
こ
dude.
ちら
I need the soundtrack. The soundtrack is fucking killer.
印象があるんですけれども、
Both of the tracks I've heard so far, fucking amazing. Really, really good shit.
サイレントヒル F は
Oh, you guys kind of fucked up on the chroma. Whatever, it's fine.
時代交渉も丁寧に行って、スト
Okay.
ーリーや舞台を作り込んでいます。
Okay.
という
See, I don't, to be clear, I don't care about it being in
トレー
Japan.
ラーに出てきた他の
I
シ
think
ーン
that
が非常にリアルになってるという
Silent Hill being
はい。
ということはどのように
in various places makes a lot of sense. But now it makes sense that this dude, I forget his name, but basically the person who's in charge of Silent Hill right now is like, you know, now it would make sense that Silent Hill, the short message had that Silent Hill syndrome thing.
現地のリア
Oh,
ル
cool.
な生活
They went and got Foley.
落とし込んでいるという当時に、それを1960年代にコンバートして
You hear that rendition?
拝見しながら作っていきました。
あ、そこまで徹
Oh,
底
that's
され
so
てるんですね。
fucking pretty.
こうして見ると確かに下呂市金山町の実際の場所がこのゲーム内で再現されているというのがよく分かってくるわけなんですけれども、ちなみに
I should be reading.
金
Fuck.
山町がモデルとなった決め手、どこにあるんでしょうか。
はい、下呂市金山町の筋骨エリアを舞台にしたいと龍吉先生
I
がお
wonder
っ
if-
しゃいまして、それで採用
Is that Akira? Do y'all think that's
龍
Akira?
吉先生の肝入りということですが、ちなみにこのエリアを選んだ理由教えてください。
そうですね。
It kind of doesn't sound like
物
him.
語を描くにあたって、スタッフ全員にこういうところを舞台にしたいというのを映像として 共通認識を持ちたかったんです。それで私が日暮らしの泣く頃にもそうだったように舞台は例えば白川郷がいいなと決めたように
Alright,
今回
okay.
も恵比寿ヶ丘
If you say Silent Hill,
ところがいいだろうということでいろいろ
Silent Hill F and Higurashi take place in the same basic area. Yeah, it's all good for me.
見せてもらいまして
God, I'm fucking fascinated.
非常に
Oh,
面白い
that was weird. I said fascinated. They said fascinating.
こう家々やその建物の形住む人によってどんどんこう形が変わってきたというのを肌で感じられるとてもその独特の造形感のある街並みなんですよね。でそれが非常に興味深かったんで歴史とか時代とかを感じて
Magical
インス
torment.
ピレーションをとても感じさせるエリアとして素晴らしいなと思ってここにしたいなと選ばせていただきました。
金山町
I need this song right fucking now. I need it now.
ということですね。
そうですね。
Oh my god.
さあそれでは
Fucking vibes. Like I need it. Fuck.
さあ君は
That's sick. That's really cool.
同時にどっか美しさも感じる魅力的なビジュアルとなっています。侵食された世界、鉄パイプ、少女、サイレントの
Conveys the
恐怖が伝わってきます。
Okay. Okay. You didn't have to mock us so hard. A young girl with a steel pipe is the essence of Silent Hill.
コメントが届いているので
Okay.
紹介いたしま
All
す。
right. Pipe is brand.
私にとって
Pipe brand. I love the Sound Hill creature and character design. Kira, I love the Sound Hill series, and it's been a big influence on me. In particular, I am constantly remembering Silent Hill 2 and the messages on the walls, the music, and the monster designs. So when it came to Silent Hill F and bringing the setting to Japan, we had to come up with something that felt just a little different, and I had to really think about how to get that feeling. The monsters were the hardest. I had to consider everything that's come in Silent Hill before and figure out how to take this game in a different direction, but still be Silent Hill. It might not be the exact same blood-smeared, rusting scenery, but I sincerely hope you'll enjoy our vision of the world we created. The monsters that I saw were fucking phenomenal. I wouldn't necessarily consider them to be Silent Hill, but they're fascinating in their own right. I need to know more about them in order to understand if they're like on brand, basically.
美しい上におぞましいというコンセプトを意識する
Yeah, I want to see more of the creature art.
作り上げられていると感じています。
But both of the monsters and the main sort of like
龍吉先生はご覧になっていかがですか？
the main character with the face peeling. I mean, that's just oh, it makes my skin crawl and it's perfect.
と思うんですけど、ケラさんのようにその中に独特の一本筋の通った美しさっていうのもまた一つの偏った言い方なんですけども。
Yeah, Kalathra, same vibe but new and different. Yes, that's what I've wanted for years.
と
Yes.
てもありがたかったことだと思います。
Here's what I want, and I can't say it now because I just don't know. I just want a Silent Hill fucking game to have an idea for why the things that it has in it are there and follow through on a theme and like say something. I want it to say something personal, and I trust Ryakishi to do that. However, oh fuck, you've got I don't know if y'all want to be there.
やってまいりました。皆様
Why is that dog looking at me?
伝わっていますか？我々の背後にはそう
Or fox, whatever.
狐の像がそびえた
Foxes are kind of dogs.
すごい緊張感が漂っています。さあここからはもうお一方新たなゲストをお迎えしてまいりましょう。サイレントヒルシリーズの楽曲といえば
Oh, okay.
コンポーザーの
I guess Akira's involved.
アキラさんです。どうぞ山岡さんよろしくお願いいたします。
よろしくお願いします。
さあ山岡さんは昨年リリースのサイレントヒル2などこれまでもサイレントヒルシリーズで数多くの楽曲
And no one liked it. Talk about that.
本作ではどのように参加されているんでしょ
Oh
うか？
god, I'm such a bastard.
表世界、サイレン
I
ト
was put in charge of music for the Fog World. Okay.
表世界の方の音楽を
Interesting. Because if you know Akira,
世紀以上にわたってサイレントヒルの最初の作品から
Bloober had him work on the. I did the opposite.
こういうオリジナル
Because Bloober had him do in the medium. They had him do the music for the basically their version of the other world,
作目から
the spirit
携わ
world.
っているということですけれども今回サイレントヒル F の
And then they had their own guy do their music for their version of the Fog World. But here they flipped it.
そうですね、日本が舞台の、今回は、サイレントヒルなかったんですけど、日本が舞台っていうのは。 まあ和っていうものをまあもちろんね描くんですけど、やっぱり海外の
We forgot about the short message so quickly. Oh wait, no, the short message that took place in Germany, right?
まあその分かりやすいホラー
Yeah, because they were yeah, okay. Yeah, they were transfer students if I remember correctly.
そういったところですね。
If I'm fucking that up, let me know.
やっぱり全世界の
や
方に楽しんでもらうためには日本だけではダメだってことですよね。
そうですね。もちろんその世界観を表現するってことは大事なんですけど、やっぱり今回の F のストーリー、キャラクターっていうものにちょっとフォーカスして、まあ見ればね、これは日本が舞台だっていうのはまあ分かるというか、なんですけど、まあ音はまた別のアプローチとしてホラー。またあるいはキャラクターっていうところに主軸で置いて。
It's interesting because before it would be like, oh, Silent Hill is just doing a Fatal Frame thing, but now since Fatal Frame fucked it up so much,
ありがとうございます。
from what I've heard, I haven't played any of those games, but they really have an opening to do something interesting here.
表世界のサウンドは山岡さんに、裏世界は稲毛健介さんに担当していただいてます。稲毛さんも数多くのゲーム
I
を
love how everyone is sort of natural and talking and just being like chill, and then he's like very clearly reading off of a fucking prompter.
からご紹介させていただきます。初めてサイレント
Okay, composer Kensuke Inage. The first time I played Silent Hill was about 20 years back. I'm extremely honored to have been offered such a great opportunity for a series with a rich history. I was in charge of composing the music for the Otherworld, known in this game as the Dark Shrine. I have composed music for an unsettling yet beautiful world that uses imagery from shrines, blending ancient Japanese court music with ambient echoes. I wove in various techniques that will connect the player to the protagonist's story, protagonist's agony, internal conflict, fear, and other emotions. I hope you get to experience it for yourself in the game.
ぜひゲーム中で体験してみてくだ
I
さ
said
い。
that so fast, I
とのこと
burped.
です岡本さん、こちらのコメントを受けていかがですか？
No.
本作のサウンドは
Head empty.
オリジネーターとして参加していただいて、サイレントヒルらしい本質的な音楽を作っていただいてます。
Please take a screen grab of that. Please take a screen grab of Akira Yamaoka standing next to Ryukishio 7. Ryukishio 7, bright and bushy-tailed, and Akira Yamaoka beaten into the fucking dirt by Konami for years, for decades. Yamaoka's like, I know what this fucking means. Ryukishi's like, hey, what are we doing? I'm here to have fun and tell a good story. Yamaoka's like, oh my god, just pay me. just give me that fucking check again. Come on.
サイレントヒルらしさと新しい挑戦を見事に融和させているなと感じました。私もサイレントヒル
Someone in the chat just said, so no Yamaoka? What are you fucking talking about? He's right there. What are you talking about? You fucking weirdo. Shut up. Ooh.
新たな舞台に我々は移動してきました。ここまで日本が舞台だから
To be fair, whenever I go into a new room, I say to myself, it seems that I am in a different location.
それぞれ伺ってまいりましたが、視聴者の方々も
After the stream ends and I'm in the bathroom, as soon as I walk in,
たくさんあると
it
思い
seems
ます。
I'm in a different
そ
location.
こでここからはサイレント
Starting now.
ファンを代表して
I'll be representing the voices of all you Silent Hill fans out there.
こちらのお三方に
Okay, well, don't.
と思います。よろしくお願いし
And
ま
then he immediately starts punching himself in the face.
す。最初の質問です。ズバリ。なぜ日本
What made you?
作品を開発しようと考えているでしょうか。岡本さん。
Konami. Konami made me.
ヒルは和風なエッセンスと
Literally Konami.
作ってきた作品だと思います。ただシリーズは長らく西洋を舞台にしてきたんですけど、日本的なエッセンスが徐々に失われていったっていうふうに感じていまして、そこで逆に
Japanese influence was fading?
100% にした作品を作ってみたいという気持ちが生まれてきたんです。
ということは山岡さん、そのエッセンスが失われてきた
I don't know how I feel about that
チャ
answer.
ンスになったからもう今回は日本にしようという流れが話あったということでいいんですかね。
岡本さんそうですよね。
そうですね。
まあ今エッセンスって本当そうで、
はい
まあこれが実はサイレントヒルらしさじゃないですけど、まあ一つのポイントにもなってて、
Yeah.
西洋を舞台にしながらも日本のエッセンスっていう。
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I don't agree with people who are like mad that this takes place in Japan.
ザ
Because
っていうところは
fundamentally,
今までのサイレントヒルとは違うけど、
it is, I think there's more to it than just that. I think there's more to Silent Hill than just Silent
と
Hill,
ともに取り上
basically.
げてきたからこそ、そうエッセンスが変わってきたっていう瞬間があったんでしょうか。
そうですね。サイレントヒル非常にたくさんの作品を出してきたんですけれども、その過程においてやはり
I know it might be heretical to say that, but
中に宿っていた日本的な
at least to me, to me, it's more than just because when I think of Silent Hill, I think Silent Hill 2, and when I think Silent Hill 2, I think amazing story that uses the town as like a jumping off board, like the core idea of trauma so like impact almost generational trauma, so like and the fundamental wound of colonialism.
F に関しては完全な外伝になっていますので、今までのシリーズ遊んでない方
And the things that happen, because for those who don't know,
今までのシリーズ
Silent Hill, like the basic idea of it is the town was there was a spiritual power that was that the Native Americans were basically embracing that was then subverted by colonizers. Places to keep memories.
やっぱりこのサイレントヒルらしさっていうものは、龍
That's a really well way of yeah. It's a really well. That's a really good way of putting it. I might steal that, Murasaka Kun-kun.
1960年代の日本が舞台となっているんですけれども、そのサイレントヒルを描く上で他にも意識されたことあるんですか？
No.
個別に意識したことというか全体的なことなんですけど、これすでに岡本
The rushing aspect was posted on Mr. Akamoto.
原点回帰であると同時に
Return to Silent Hill Origins as well as a series of new challenge origins, huh?
挑戦がサイレントヒルという街
Oh no, are they gonna tell like
果たしてサイレントヒルとして成立するのかというところももちろん挑戦です。もちろん作った側のこちらは自信を持ってこれはサイレントヒルですと言えるんですけども、まずそこをサイレントヒルを長い
I wish that they I don't you don't need to be see now that makes me think that like oh they're telling the origin story of Silent Hill
見て
basically
みたいというところがある。だから作品の中に
like why Silent Hill the area of Silent Hill had the spiritual power in the first place
これまでのサイレントヒルではあまりしなかった挑戦、わかりやすいところでは日本が舞台ということですよね、といったようにさまざまな要素でこうある種の冒険
I really like this music
こじんまりと
I just want to put this album on and fucking chill
そういう作り
It makes me want to get back into drawing
もうちょっと守るべきところはあるんだけど、その一方で
Also, by the way, I'm going to say hi to all the new followers after this is done.
岡本さん、ズバリその挑戦の自信、ファンの皆さんにバチッと届く自信はいかがでしょうか？
いや、
No.
自信を持って送り届けられる作品
I don't have confidence in whatever the fuck they're doing now. To be honest, I don't even fucking care anymore.
これから新情報も出していきますので、本当に楽しみにしていただければと思います。
Ears and eyes, bud.
ありがとうございます。さあ、その中で作り込みのお話にしていきたいんですけれども、山岡さん、美しさとおぞましさを表現するためにやっぱりここ我々音楽でやっぱりもう身の毛もよだつ瞬間いっぱいある。
Goosebumps! Goosebumps in Silent Hill!
教えてください。
And now to talk about the Goosebumps in Silent Hill, R.L. Stein. Hello, I'm R.L. Stein.
音楽
I love Silent Hill.
作ってもゲームの中
Let
で
me suck your dick.
あまり効果的じゃない
Sorry.
僕は思うんですね。ゲームっていうのはその映像があって遊ぶ人が
Also, I'm gonna do that for the thumbnail. It's gonna say Goosebumps, and I'm just gonna do YouTuber face at
で
it.
すけどそこが合わさった時にどう感じるかってこと。
Slappy, but he is a pyramid. Yes, exactly. Yes.
なんか綺麗なシーンでおぞましい。
Konnichiwa, R.L. Stein. God damn it. Dial, was that you? Yeah, that was
だから
Dial.
ゲームってどこで何を表現するかっていうそうインタラクティ
Oh no, that was Nick Cage. Dial just pinned it. Okay.
注力したというか、まあそれは僕がずっとゲーム音楽ゲーム
Konnichiwa, I'm R.L. Stein.
大事にしてるポイントというか、
God damn it.
いい音楽とか、単に綺麗な音楽とか、怖い音楽を作る。
It's about making
ゲーム
music.
どこでどうなるんだって、どこで
Yeah.
どういう風にこの音が表現されるかってことを。
That's why you famously said that it's not always about using music. Sometimes silence is more
すごく
impactful. The lack of music, the lack of sound.
部分ではありますよね。
数多くのサイレントヒルシリーズ音楽手掛けている山岡さんなんですけれども、今回の
It cuts to Akira and he's like,
他と
You're telling me, bud.
するために自分があえて意識したこと、こちらも教えていただいてよろしいですか？
でさっきサイレント
First off, it's in Japan. Second, we're dealing with R.L. Stein
日
here.
本の人たちが作るじゃないんですけど、日本人らしさみたいなところのエッセンスっていうのは
You know, I'm being glib, but at the same time, I'm not being glib. I'm just having fun. But at the same time, this is actually kind of a big deal because, I mean, Silent Hill has always been sort of like, it's always been the West through the lens of the East, basically. Like a Japanese interpretation of American things. And I think that lent itself a little bit to the uncanny, like, sort of quality of Silent Hill. Now it seems like there is a way more, there's a focus, a more targeted idea from everyone working on this project on what they're trying to do and how they're going to do it. Someone just posted Hanyu crown, Hanyu crown, Hanyu crown. Ow, 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 ow.
チャレンジもそうですし、もうフルパワーでというか、それを日本のアイデンティティみたいなと僕なりの表現をしたっていうところが、今回の F のっていうのは一番のポイントになってるのかなと思ってます。
ありがとうございます。じゃあ最後に我々ファンとしてはそのしっかりと抑えてる王道というものも。
Well, that's another thing.
岡本さん。
I guess we got confirmation this is an actual like game. This isn't like or I shouldn't say it like that. It seems like this is going to be monster design. Okay. This isn't going to be like a visual novel. This isn't going to be like something else. I mean, not to say that, you know, and that's why I went back. Visual novels are games. It's just this isn't one of those, I guess. There was some worry. I'll be honest. If any Silent Hill came out by Ryukishi and it was a fucking visual novel, I'm fucking there. But I know a lot of people would say that is like a underhanded thing.
シナリオライターの立場からするとそれを言うことさえもネタバレになるようで悔しいんですけれど、そうですね。まあ
Okay, Jan.
サイレントヒルの魅力的なところは
I'll defer to Jan on that one. Jan made a visual novel.
あるいは主人公がまだ状況が分かっていない状況下で他の登場人物が投げかけてくる謎めいたセリフが後に
FYI, the game that Jan made is called Yudashi Peril. You should totally look it up and play it.
楽しみだと思うんですよ。なんでそういうところに私なりの力を入れてみたんで意味がわからないけど意味深なこと言われたなと思ったらぜひ心に留めながらプレイをしていただけると。
Oh, we know you, Rikishi. We know you.
それで山岡さん。
We would expect nothing less from you, bud. Also, I hate how the subtitles here have no respect for title safe or action safe. Like, whoever did the subtitles on this was mean. It's like, where are the streamers going to be? Let's put the text there.
何も考えないでもう本当に素のニュートラルでいるとサイレントヒルらしくなるので、なるのでっていうかなっちゃうのね。
山岡さんはもうサイレントヒルなんですね。
なっちゃう。
Oh.
なっちゃうので、
そのままでいることがある種継承ができてるということですよね。
考えずに。
Translated, what Yamaoka is saying right now is help me, God help me.
皆様貴重なお話ありがとうございます。さあ今回はこの辺りとさせていただければと思います。
But not for you, Yamaoka. You are with us forever.
ここまでさまざまな情報をお伝えしてきたサイレントヒルトランスミッション。そろそろ終了のお時間が近づいてまいりました。それでは本日のおさらいとして改めてサイレントヒル F についての情報をお伝えいたします。まずは新たなトレーラーが公開となりました。そして本日ウィッシュリストの登録が開始。
I will be doing that.
対象のプラットフォームはプレイステーション5、
Actually, I'm just going to do that now.
Xbox シリーズ X、S、Steam、エピックゲームズストア、マイクロソフトストアとなっておりますので、ぜひ各プラットフォームでウィッシュリスト登録をお願いいたします。それでは最後に皆様から改めてファンの方々へのメッセージをいただければと思います。龍騎さんお願いいたします。
はい、本作はさまざまな挑戦にあふれています。サイレントヒルらしさについてさまざまなご意見が出るだろうと思っています。そしてサイレントヒルシリーズの今後にとって重要なものになるだろう。
You're involved, bud. I'm there.
皆さんぜひプレイしていただいてご評価をよろしくお願いできればと思います。
龍騎さんありがとうございました。それでは山岡さんお願いいたします。
サイレントヒルっていう作品の中でもこの日本を舞台にしたゲームっていうのは、初めてでもあり システムであったり世界観だったりすごく見たところですね、新しいの満載なんですけど、サイレントヒルらしさっていうのは損なわず、今までのシリーズのファンの方も十分遊んでもらえますし、これからサイレントヒルF なんだろうと、ホラーゲーム好きなファン、このゲームが気になった人も楽しめる内容になってますので、ぜひ期待しててください。
Will do.
山岡さんありがとうございました。最後に岡本さんお願いします。
はい。日本
I will read this prompter with all of my
紛
ability.
れもなくサイレントヒルらしい作品に仕上がっています。美しさとおぞましさが共存したビジュアル
Okamoto's looking,
ホラーとしてのサイレントヒルの新しい
looking like
姿を示していると思い
He's
ま
been
す。
through the ringer.
今後の続報にぜひ期待してください。ひなこという女性が体験する
Silent Hill game without someone grabbing their head.
ものになります。今回こうして新しい情報をお届けすることができて嬉しく思っています。まだお伝えできていない情報がたくさんありますので、今後の続報をお待ちいただければと思います。
Future
ま
updates?
たこのサイレントヒルトランスミッショ
Yeah,
ンは
release
今後も
date?
継続してサイレントヒルシリーズの情報を
Okay.
皆さんにお届けしてまいります。こちらも続報を楽しみにしていてください。
皆さんも一緒にこの期待を膨らませていきましょう。それでは本日はご視聴いただき
あり
ありがとうございました。
No, thank you. All right, so release date to be announced. Neobards. Oh, it's Unreal. Okay, all right. Get that out of here. Get out of here. I was vibing and then you fucking threw it all out. Mood ruined. All right, let's go ahead and find that trailer again. And yeah, let's go ahead and I wonder if they posted it to their. They probably already did. Yep. Reveal trailer. Ian. Okay. Well, wait, what? Yeah. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me go ahead and fix everything. So we're going to watch this again and we're going to commentate on it. I'm going to do it first by myself. And then we're going to go into Discord and we're going to mess around and we're going to talk about our feelings and how this makes us feel. Hold on. I need to. Oh, I'm doing the wrong one. Here we go. Okie dokie. Sorry, one sec. I just need to get that in a good spot. Does that look good? I can't tell. It's too small. All right, let's look. Yep, that's I fucked that up. Hold on, one sec. Do. Oh, actually, no, that's fine. I just need to transform. Stretch to screen? No, fit to screen. Fit. Huh, it's not. You know what? I'll leave it like this. No, actually, no, I will not. I refuse. All right, you know what? Screw this. I'm going to fill. I'm just gonna full size this, and I am going to reset my crop. And that way we know exactly what we're dealing with. Perfect. And then, all right, that should do. Now we'll go back to main full screen studio. Yep. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and watch this again. Let's turn on. Oh, wait. Is it? It says it's English, right?
シュウ君、嘘ついてるよね。
Okay.
騙せてると
Hold on, I want to turn up the. Yeah, let's do 4K, baby.
思う？
Oh, that looks much better. Oh, I can actually see stuff. Wow. Murasaki Kun-kun, you can always have us both in separate windows. We could both be yapping in stereo for you. Okay. First off, the fidelity here is insane. This looks amazing. What happened to her back? I was talking about the flowers. The Hanako's dead. Hanako? Wait, isn't that Hanako of the toilet? She got scratched. Okay. Friends don't last for... Oh yeah, what was it? Bracket to go forward by a frame? What was the button for going forward by a frame? Was it page up, page down? No, that was absolutely not it. Hanako is just an... I know, but... Purple, I know. Period, comma. Thank you very much. Okay, it's... It has to... Okay, perfect. Period, okay. Okay. Sorry, I was looking in the background for fun stuff. That's another thing. We didn't really talk about it, but the graphical fidelity of some of the characters, like, I don't know, it's good. It definitely looks like it's in game, if you know what I mean. Like, it doesn't look as high quality. Like, that looks good. It's just, I don't know. It's a little muddy. That's rendered very well. I really like that. Animations are really well done. Look at that. That's so fucking sick. There's some smearing going on. Ooh, ooh, ooh! I want to see that again. Yeah, it is. There is like some. It's nowhere near as bad as with Silent Hill 2, but there is some ghosting happening. What the fuck? God damn. Look at the way it like falls. That is wild. Oh, it's like turned around. That's fucking cool, dude. And the fucking very I hate to say it, very PT, very Lisa. And the blood, I was gonna say it earlier, Silent Hill 3 seems to be very influential on this. It's definitely got a lot of Silent Hill 3 elements. And one of them is that kind of like bleeding wall thing. Okay. My keyboard and mouse just decided to disconnect for some reason. All right. Yeah, there we go. What's up? Look at that little face. Wiggle. Oh no, I've frozen. I am frozen. There we go. Look at this. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Hello. Ooh. How much longer will you stay here? Look at that. That's that's my new background. That's my new background right there. That. All right, so if you're onto Discord, go ahead and load up into the stream chat channel. We're gonna start talking about it. So they specifically called these out as foxes. Grasp. Wait, to what? To not have a grasp on yourself? Hold on. To not have a grasp on yourself. Damn it! Why is this happening? I swear to God, it did not happen at all, and now it's happening. Like, what? All right, you know what? Here. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to wait a bit. Turn it back on. I honestly have no idea why that's happening. I'm not even using the same fucking program that I use to not understand your own feelings. Do you think it could be some dream we're having? Another wallpaper. This looks fucking cool, man. Oh, you like that? Do you like the frozen me? All right. That looks so fucking cool. But she's like a scarecrow. And remember, we saw earlier that she was a scarecrow. Also, she's like, oh, is it kind of like a mannequin? She's a mannequin with like a needle or something. You see that? Look at the fidelity. That's crazy. This is really fucking striking. Hello? Hold the fucking phone. Oh, I want to see that again. Hi. How you doing? Say it with me. Silent Hill 4. They just stand there like, we are so fucking back, baby. Oh, who wanted a cat ending? Is that a cat? It's like a cat and two squirrels or something? I have no idea. I want to know what that meant. What did that say? Do we have any Japanese fans in the chat? Anyone who knows Japanese? I want to know. Oh, I think I was actually hitting a button. Yeah, what does this say? Anyone know what that says? Look like a nine-tailed fox. Okay, thanks, Pat. Girls' Day. It's Girls' Day. Okay. Wait. I didn't catch this. The flowers are sprouting up. Oh, look at that. The flowers are part of the transition. Look at this. That could be really fucking cool. That could be really cool. In game. That could be fantastic. Oh, and then you've got like, there's another one. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, hold on. There's a butt. Is that a first for Silent Hill? That's a butt. That's just an ass. We've got our Silent Hill's first ass. Straight up, just butt right there. There you go. Booty butt cheeks. There are legs. All right, let me go ahead and turn it back on. There's the phone. Classic. What the fuck? Okay. That's a creepy ass photo. Oh, hey, okay. Someone's obsessed. Someone's obsessed. Y'all, I'm getting such major fucking Dreadout vibes. And Dreadout's fucking cool. Yeah, okay, so it seems like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it definitely seems like these mannequin monsters are going to be like a common enemy. What is happening to her arm? I did have a great time playing Dreadout. Dreadout was fun. Okay, what is can someone tell me, like, the fox, like, imagery is very strong. Oh, wait. Did you see that? The eyes. That's wild. Okay. Really goes like So it's like, yeah, the schlorp is very good. So it's like, is it just me, or is anyone else getting like a kind of, I hesitate to say depersonalization theme, like kind of, like I can see this going in a couple different ways, but I'm trying to figure out what the beautiful horrific choice is for this. Because if you draw a parallel with the short message, I would say that is probably trying to say more like the idea of like becoming beautiful by ending your life, which, you know, the game had a very strong, it did not, it kind of seesawed on it, but the at least the warnings of the trigger warnings in that were very strongly against it. Foxes, okay, Chetrion. Foxes in Japanese myth are associated with others pointed it out, but shape-shifting and otherworldly things. Ah, okay. Okay, all right. I feel like decay in general, things rotting away to give way to flowers, the horror of impermanence. I wonder if the beautiful yet horrific thing is to live. You know, because that is, living is beautiful because you are alive, but horrific because you will inevitably die. Maybe that's it? That feels very Ryokishi. I think that's it, honestly. Ryokishi has worked worked a lot with the notion of identity and gendered violence, to the notion of destroying yourself to be a girl with value is in line with his work. Interesting. Kitsune are tricksters, if I remembered right, says Indestructible Cat. Also, hello. Indestructible Cat, we need to talk, because I got it here real quick as a real quick aside before we hop onto Discord. Indestructible Cat, I'm glad you're here. I got an email. From a person named Justin, who I will not give you their full name, but their name is justin@wikihow.com. And their email says, "Hi there, I hope you're doing well. I'm reaching out on behalf of WikiHow regarding this forum thread on your Let's Play Zone site. And iCat, it's your fucking thread about the best of WikiHow Step 1 cry." And they say, "Since our images are copyright protected, we occasionally look around to ensure they're not used inconsistently with our licensing terms and mission. We noticed that the thread included several of our images, and we'd appreciate it if you could remove them or take down the thread if that's easier." So, iCat, god damn it. Anyway, all right, let's go ahead and get people in. Also, thank you very much, Voidburger, for the raid. Hi, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. We are going to jump into the voice chat on my Discord, and we're going to have a convo. Having a convo here. Hello, how is everybody doing?
Oh, howdy. Traumatized.
Howdy, y'all. How are we doing? How are we doing today? How are we doing on this wonderful Silent Hill F day? F's in the chat for today.
I'm doing okay.
It is just one of those days.
Dang it.
When you don't want to wake up. You're going to Betty Bye? It's 1 a.m. Oh, okay. Night. You have a great night. Before you go to bed, I was curious, did you have any thoughts? I wasn't asking you into the Discord chat. I was just saying. I was curious what you thought. Because I'm excited. It good. There you go. Cool. All right. It looked good. Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm really interested. The music sounds so fucking good. The music is like wild. Oh my god. I was listening to the music in the background of this when they were talking. It's like, oh, I want that. Give me that. I'm gonna eat it all up. Nom, nom, nom. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm stoked. It's cool. Wild that getting people that have passion for Silent Hill makes the game good. Yeah, it's crazy. It's nuts. Never before in history has that ever happened. All right, you have a good night. Everyone say good night to VB. Bye.
Good night.
You go to bed. It's very late. Yeah, we're gonna be talking. Yeah. All right, y'all. Here we go. Let's go ahead and talk about our feelings regarding Silent Hill F, or as it's alternatively known. Did I seriously just say that? As it's alternatively known as Silent Hill. Okay. Who wants to start? Hold on. I'll randomize it. All right. Purpley.
Okay.
What are your thoughts?
There's a couple things I just wanted to get out of the way real quick here. So, you may have noticed like the specific red flowers that have like the like.
Yes.
Lilies.
Yeah. The ones that are part of the transition now.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, spider lilies in Hanakotoba, which is the Japanese florography, like the art of like flower arrangement.
Is it called florography?
Florography is like flower arrangement.
That's a real word.
Yeah, it's a real word.
I love that word. That's now my favorite word.
So in Japanese florography, Hanakotoba, spider lilies are associated with death.
Okay, that makes sense.
So there's that.
That's huge. Also, thank you for letting us know.
Yeah, in the afterlife. Yeah.
Yeah. As other people have pointed out as well, there's the fact that foxes are like there's a whole bunch of different types of foxes, but like there's a couple things that I'm particularly interested in here because of the I don't know if you've probably seen people chatting mentioning the content warnings that are up on the Steam page.
Oh, oh, did I? Oh, I did not notice that. Oh, yeah,
it's very specific.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Okay. So let's go ahead and read the whole thing real quick.
Yeah.
So first off, if they're real specific, just want to let everybody know, may contain spoilers. So just FYI, we're going to talk about it. Obviously, we don't know anything about, but sometimes content descriptions do that. So just going forward.
I don't think it does anything.
Okay. I'm just being overly cautious. Okay. So about this game, in 1960s Japan, Shimizu Hinako's secluded town of Ebisugaoka? Also, is someone clipping their nails?
Yeah.
I'm hearing a clipping. Like a legit, like a. Oh, I think it's Daisy Maisie.
Heard that.
Daisy Maisie.
Shivers, sorry.
No worries.
That might be a mic problem then, because I'm not doing that. That'd be nasty.
I just keep hearing it. If you could mute real quick.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, thank you. I definitely want to hear what you have to say. I just wanted to, yeah. Anyway, I'm making an awkward moment even more awkward. So anyway, I'm going to shut the fuck up.
Ebisugaoka.
Ebisugaoka? Ebisugaoka. Ebisugaoka. Ebisugaoka is consumed by a sudden fog, transforming her home into a haunting nightmare. As the town falls silent and the fog thickens, Hanako must navigate the twisted paths of Ebisugaoka, solving complex puzzles and confronting grotesque monsters to survive. Immerse yourself into Hanako's world, imagined by renowned author Ryukishio 7, with entrancing music, including pieces by Akira Yamaoka, and beautiful visuals in a gripping tale of doubt, regret, and inescapable choices. Will Hanako embrace the beauty hidden within terror or succumb to the madness that lies ahead? Discover a new chapter in the Silent Hill series, blending psychological horror with a haunting Japanese setting. The music I am playing right now is fucking perfect. Discover a new chapter in the Silent Hill series, blending psychological horror with a haunting Japanese setting. Yes, the famous, the world-renowned Silent Hill composer, fucking KK Slider. Okay, mature content description. The developers described the content like this. This game contains depictions of gender discrimination, child abuse, bullying, drug-induced hallucinations, torture, and graphic violence. This game is set in Japan in the 1960s and contains depictions based on the customs and culture of that time. These depictions do not reflect the opinions or values of the developers or any individuals involved. If you feel uncomfortable at any point while playing, please take a break from playing or speak to someone you trust. Oh, I love that content description. That's fucking perfect.
Yeah.
That's really... Okay. I'm not gonna lie, when I forget Okamoto was like, or when Ryukishi was saying what Okamoto had told him, I think, or what Konami proper told him, which was like, he didn't know that the game was going to be set in Japan, but then Konami or Okamoto were like, no, this is in Japan, you fucker. Like, I don't want to hear any mess. It's in Japan. Like, when he said that, I was like, oh, I don't know about this. Like, a mandate like that?
Yeah, it definitely
such a creative, like, prescriptive mandate like that. That made me think, oh no. But now, so my fears stepped in, and I was getting like, oh no, I don't know about this. This might be weird. But reading that content description, like, right there, you're already getting like, no, this is what this game is going to be about. This is what we're going after. This is what we're doing. And we're doing what art is meant to do, which is have something to say, get your fucking ideas out there. And honestly, I'm so stoked because I read that content description. I'm very interested because it doesn't just seem like it's using this content to, like, it's not farming it, because right there, and it's Ryukishi, so of course it's not. But right here, like, the game is set in the 1960s and contains depictions based on the customs and culture of that time. It's like it's going to be a criticism of that. And that makes me think this is the closest Silent Hill is going to get to fucking devotion.
Yeah, I mean, it would be lovely if Red Candle Games could get, like, you know.
Oh my god, if Red Candle did a Silent Hill,
that would be lovely.
I am there.
Don't say this. Don't say this.
You have no idea how there I am.
It's very unlikely they're going to, unless, like, Townfall does incredibly well, and this also does incredibly well. But it would be cool. You know?
Okay.
So anyway, the thing I wanted to say about that.
Yes, please.
Is just there were a couple things. One of the things I noticed, because I'm more aware of, like, tales of Kitsune and like the nine-tailed foxes specifically, and like those legends. It's not as much of, like, just the normal Inari Okami. So I looked it up on Wikipedia. One of the things it's mentioning here is like the things that, like, falls into the purview of the Inari Okami is fertility, which I think very interesting when paired with some of these rituals that are, like, being displayed here, done by the women in the Inari masks, and also just that like,
I do have a note on that as well to elaborate some on that.
Oh yeah,
sure,
please.
go for it.
Okay, yeah.
Hi, Jan.
So hi, hello.
Is Gail around?
No, they're at work. I took a break from my dev stuff to do this. I got my demo coming out tomorrow. Anyway, I'll get to this.
It's tomorrow? Shit.
Yeah.
Y'all check that out.
It's just going to be for a couple people, you included. So,
sick.
Anyway.
I'll check it out and I'll let y'all know. No, I won't.
So,
Jan's going to make me sign a NDA.
Sorry. So, first I want to look at Ebisu. As somebody noted, chamomile worm. Ebisu is, a god of fishermen, specifically also pulling this from Wikipedia. He's one of the 7 gods of fortune, and I noticed that because I was also looking at the Inari page. Inari's female aspect is often identified or conflated with Dakininiten, a Buddhist deity who is a Japanese transformation of the Indian Dakini, or with Benzaiten of the 7 lucky gods.
Huh.
And Ebisu is one of the 7 to originate purely from Japan without Buddhist or Taoist influence. So I feel like those two in conjunction are very particular choices.
Yeah, some real gender stuff going on there, perhaps.
Yeah, this is fascinating in a way that Silent Hill hasn't been in the longest fucking time. I can't I can't tell you how it's fucking ready I am for something like this.
I gotta tell you, he actually cares.
God, I can't wait till we get to Umineko. God,
I think I might just say fuck it, and it's taken me so long, and I'm so sorry to everybody who has been waiting patiently for my a medium video. I may just skip the line with Umineko because I think that this is coming out soon, so I definitely want to play Umineko.
It would be worth playing and reading through that soon, just so that you have like a good idea of like some background information.
Yeah, and what based on what and Gail had some Umineko homework for us to do. And some of that,
so much research.
Yeah,
so much research.
And but I think it was Gail who specifically wanted us to watch. What was it? And Then There Were None. Or was it?
Yes, you should read And Then There Were None. It's a very important.
Yeah. Good luck finishing Umineko before this comes out. Miyashiro, I could not put down Higurashi. Higurashi was so. Like, I kept thinking about it. It invaded my mind in a way where it was one of those games where it was actually difficult to rip myself away from it a lot of the time. And if Umineko is anything like that, I'm going to want to like burn through it.
I mean, Umineko is hands down my favorite visual novel of all time.
Okay,
so.
Well, there you go. Okay, Jan, did you have anything else to say?
Well, do you remember how long mine was? The word count for mine is, if I'm not mistaken, essentially 1/8 of Umineko's length.
Okay. Maybe in order to go through it as a sidetrack, I do want to get to everybody, but as a sidetrack, I may not stream all of it because I think that's one of the things that was preventing me from really, because I had the same feeling with yours, Jan, with your visual novel. Yudashi Peril available at all fine retailers near you. Fine online retailers. I was making a joke, but then I realized, wait, no, I want people to actually go and play Jan's visual novel, Yudashi Peril. Yudashi Peril. Why did I say parable? I think my mouth fucked up. Anyway, because I was streaming it, I think that made me like take longer with it because I can only really play it in like 2 to 3 to 4 hour chunks. Whereas with Higurashi, I played it on my own and I just fucking I burned through that.
Yeah, there's just one specific part that I think people would want to see you specifically stream, like very specific sections that we want to be there with you for. I think you don't need to do all of it, but we will pick out some good ones for you.
There's definitely one in chapter 4 that I want to see Bob because it made me lose my mind when I was reading it.
Is it similar to that one point in Higurashi where at the beginning of a certain chapter, suddenly something happens? And
the part I'm referring to, I don't think is anything like anything that happens in the Higurashi VN because, no, this is just a bizarre thing.
Okay.
I just want to see your reaction to.
Okay.
Anyway,
just if anyone wants me to stream specific part, and this is all for you Umineko heads, not cicada heads. Wait, what? Seagull heads? Is that what?
Yeah, it would be yes.
For all y'all seagull heads. If you want me to see specific parts, if you want me to stream specific parts of it, sea cats, yes.
The council will convene.
Let me know. Yes, please convene the council, and I will stream all that stuff. All right, Jan, did you have anything else to say?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay,
go ahead.
I wanted to make sure everybody can talk appropriately. What's that?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say I wasn't finished with the.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Right, so I am interested, especially what this thing is going to have to say about gender. Like you, I was also worried about the bit with Konami mandating that thing, but I also don't think that's that weird. Like, it does seem like a client being like, hey, here is our general requirements for what we want out of this project, and we want you to bring other things to that general idea, and then we're going to let you have a lot of creative control over that. We just want this to be the sort of idea, and this is why we brought you on. Like, that's what it sounds like to me. Like, I know it at one point, like, just because of Konami's history, it does sound a little scary, just like they are making big sweeping asks. But, you know, sometimes those creative limitations can be interesting and lead to interesting things. And it sounds like, you know, at least from the very manicured, like, thing that they gave us here, that he seems on board with it at the very least.
Yeah, he definitely seems more on board than Yamaoka, who is just
just so tired.
It's just where is that? I need that fucking screen cap. I need that cap of Ryakishi like a golden retriever ready to fucking go, and then Akira Yamaoka next to him just like beaten down like a fucking like a borzoi. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm interested. Like, again, I really like the very obvious Japanese symbols of the Nari and spider lily, which have very close ties to spirituality and like the spirit realms sort of deal in Japanese mythology. I say Japanese mythology so it's monoculture. It's a whole mix of Shintoism, Buddhism, and other folk religions that don't really fall into those two. But
Alrighty. And with that, hey, Daisy Maisie.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. It turns out that clicking noise is my mouse, because apparently this mic just picks up my mouse clicks.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No worries, no worries. It sounded exactly like nail clippers. It's like, anyway.
So gross. I'm so sorry. Anyway, there were a couple of things that kind of stood out to me in the trailer.
Okay.
The first thing is a little thing that I noticed, which is when our protagonist is staggering around with the pipe, and whenever she's holding her head, like she is in some of these shots, in a lot of the like distant silhouette shots, she really looks like one of the Silent Hill 2 nurses to me. Like she's got a very similar kind of silhouette when she's staggering around holding her head and holding the pipe in the other hand, which feels like one of those, what might be a little reference thing. The presence as well of what appears like some kind of religious order at the end that, based on the dialogue, it sounds like she's some type of sacrifice or something like that. Kind of gives me the vibe of maybe like replaying the hits a little bit, and not in a negative way, but that is pretty similar to Heather's plot in Silent Hill 3, the idea of a cult that is using her in some way. It feels, that's the shot there that I thought really made her look like one of the Silent Hill 2 nurses. But,
now that you mention it, and I think a large part of that is just that a lot of, especially with me, my familiarity with the nurses is also them holding pipes. And it's just kind of like staggering. Yeah, I can see it.
I don't think it's anything more than like maybe a coincidence or a cute Easter egg or something like that. But I'm curious about that element of like how much connection there is going to be to previous games, because they said in the pre-chat that, oh no, this is an entirely new story. This is us, building on like thematic concepts of the original, but that's it. I feel like it would be an interesting choice if they decided that that's what they wanted to do for this kind of big new game in the series that's, we're disregarding Ascension, and we're going to say that this is the, thank you very much, this is the first real like new Silent Hill game based
short message.
Downpour.
Short message too, but it's not a full game, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, short message as well as like a shorter game, so this feels like a more full, like big return to the franchise, I guess.
Yeah, short message really kind of felt like they were trying to do PT again, but like, I don't know. I guess there was a little bit more to bite off. I'm just trying to explain why people would probably like forget about short message or not.
It is a little forgettable as well.
Yeah, a little bit. Also, I love, if you're looking at my screen, I love that this is so like, get ready to fight the baddies. Like, here comes the scene that transitions to gameplay where you fight off the monsters. Yeah, exactly.
Right behind her shoulder.
Yep.
I'm sorry. A bunch of people in chat are talking about this. I have been assuming since the game was announced that the F is Forte.
Yeah, it's the symbol for Forte. It's like the musical symbol.
Very close. Like the font that I usually see like has it a little bit more italicized and has a little bit more of a curl on the bottom, but it's close enough that it seemed to me like it was intentional, and I kind of assumed that when people were going to start, like official Konami reps and the like were going to be discussing it, they would be calling it that, but they haven't. So I don't know, maybe it's to be interpreted.
Honestly, with the way that they were talking about it being like an official like entry in the series, I still maintain it's probably going to be 5, or if not, like when we get a release date, it might transition that way. But at the same time, like I just don't know if they can. I don't know, like, what is it really? Just F? Are we, or Forte, or like, are we just? I don't know.
I mean, It could stand for a couple other things. There's a couple other things it could stand for. And
I could
perhaps it
see
does
them
stand
doing
for
like,
all of
oh, it
them.
means first, or maybe them. What's that?
I think it's going to be a reveal that what F actually stands for in the full game.
I would
Probably.
if I were a betting man, I would say that yes, I for the release date, I think they might do a like here's what it fucking stands for. Also, hi, indestructible cat.
In the game
Hello.
itself, maybe even.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a thing they talk about in the release date. It's more like once you learn what the story is, and like at the end, the F.
Oh,
You know what the F
okay,
stands
yeah,
for.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. F. Female.
Yeah.
I cracked the case.
That's the other big one I thought it might be.
Wow.
You joke. That could be something.
I mean, yeah.
Gendered violence was mentioned in the warning.
Yes.
So.
Yep. Also,
people
is
are
this?
as well.
Oh, never mind. No, sorry. Go ahead.
You guys might have already mentioned it. The cutout on her back in a lot of the
Yes.
gameplay footage.
What is
and
that?
I saw someone in the chat just talking about like the idea of her ritualistically being whipped for punishment, which might tie in again with the gendered element because they're clearly preparing to do some type of violence to her in that little post-title drop ending bit.
Yeah, and if you and the follow through of her face falling off. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Yes. Yeah, there is definitely something going on there, but that's one of the things where it's like, what is the choice? Like, does that factor in? Does that mean like even though to live in this way is to, endure a life of pain, which is in itself horrific, is choosing to live also beautiful? Like, I keep going back to the choice. Like, what do they mean by that? Anyway.
Yeah, I actually transcribed all of the voiceover into chunks. If I mean, you can finish Daisy, but I have written some stuff down, all of it, and I have some theories based on that I can go through.
Cool. I'm mostly just mulling over a bunch of stuff. The last little thing is that I'm honestly a little anxious actually about them talking about a choice because I might be misremembering here, but for all of the Silent Hill games that I think are generally considered good, different endings don't tend to be choice-based per se. Like, different endings in Silent Hill 2 aren't influenced by the player making a specific choice. It's a lot of little things that affect the ending.
Well, you could probably make the case that, in Silent Hill 2 specifically, you are making a choice to go a long time without healing yourself, which influences your ability to get an ending. You are making a choice to look at Angela's knife. So I get what you're putting down, but Silent Hill 2 in particular is probably not the best. That's one of those things where I'm interested in when the game comes out, learning like how it decides to go, like which way it decides to go with that. Not necessarily like, I don't think that we should, especially with how they're talking about how this is a game full of many firsts for the series. So like, it might be the situation where this is one of the few Silent Hill games that doesn't have multiple endings.
That's what I was wondering too.
Maybe because I think that with Ryokishi and Ryokishi and Higurashi has a lot to say about like the idea of multiple choices and like having the player like make choices. And in a lot of those situations, he kind of makes fun of it. He's not like, he's kind of playing around with the idea of player like interaction and like the video gameness of a visual novel. So I think that he would probably make a story that doesn't have multiple endings at the multiple.
Yeah, he has a different conception of what game player interaction can be. I suppose.
And I think that is way more on a conceptual level. Like the interaction that the player has with the game is more thinking about its themes and ingesting it and coming up with ideas. I think that there's going to be. I think the one thing that we can all agree on, especially people who have played Higurashi and Umineko, is that this game will probably have a lot to chew on. I think there is going to be a lot to this game that is going to leave people wondering about certain things, about specific plot points and how things like influence each other. And Spotify just turned off because apparently too many people are in this Discord call. God damn it. Gonna have to find a new
What if I
one.
said goodbye?
No, don't say goodbye. Who's hopping off?
No, I was making a joke about Spotify saying goodbye.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I was worried that if someone was going to hop off, but definitely. Okay. I'm gonna, while I look for another playlist. Does anyone else want to? Is anyone else itching to talk about Silent Hill F?
Yes.
Jules, go ahead.
So, from what I gathered I wrote down all the voiceover lines, and I believe there's at least 2 girls doing these lines.
Okay.
I had trouble telling the difference between their voices. So I'm not sure necessarily like which lines apply to who, etc. Maybe if I went super into it, I could figure out which voice is which, but I believe there's 2 people talking to each other at some points or respond, different parts are done by different people. But there's this first bit, over this shot that you have on the screen that's, "You're lying, aren't you, Shu? You really think you can fool Hinako? Hinako's dead, okay?" So there's that, and then there's another, I put breaks between the sections. Then there's, "Do you want to stay with your friends forever? Friends don't last forever. They will betray you eventually, just as they say you betrayed them." And then there's a little cut to her breaking out of a vision or something, and it says, "Hinako, oh sorry, what?" And then it's, "Whether their worth is justified, that is for you to decide." So is it worth having friends if they're going to betray you?
Yeah.
And then I think it's weird too to not have a grasp of yourself, to not understand your own feelings. Do you think it could be some dream we're having? So there's that. And then, "Hinako, time is running out. The fact that you're alive means you've made it here, yet you're still lost all the same. You can't think about it forever." I have a theory about that line, "You can't think about it forever," that I'll say. But "You're running out of time to choose. Tell me, who are you? Why are you acting like this, like you don't know what's going on? Think about it. I could have killed you off at any time. You took everything. You took everything from me." And then in that last bit, with what looked kind of like the ceremony or whatever it was, "Now say your farewells. I sincerely hope you find happiness, truly." So that's what we've got. I think
Are they all
there's
dead?
One shot of a boy, and then later we also see a shot of a room full of drawings of that boy.
Yeah.
I think that's a friend of Hunako's who has died. Because the "you can't think about it forever" makes me think that maybe she's caught up on someone's death. Maybe that those could be her drawings, obsessively thinking about her friend who died.
Right.
And just the theme of friends betraying you, maybe she was involved in his death somehow. Maybe their other friends were, it seems like there's a group of friends that we see when they're talking. And so I wonder if "now say your farewells" could it be in some way some kind of funeral related thing. So that's my dialogue analysis. Thank you.
No, thank you so much for doing that. That's really, you should post that somewhere immediately.
Oh yeah, I'll put that in the Discord.
Absolutely. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, that's really fascinating. The thing I would note about the drawings though is that we also see drawings of Hinako.
True.
So
we don't know
the Hinako drawings are much more ugly. I would say there's more. It feels like animus behind those drawings. They also have lettering on them. I don't know what that means. There's some.
They are symbols.
I mean, they could be drawn by a third person, maybe the other girl who's I think is talking. We don't know who Shu might be.
It could also be,
which is die. That's what it looks like.
Yeah,
that's right.
So, it could also be her. It could also be Hinako who drew herself like that.
Yeah.
That's actually something I was just about to say is with the kind of depersonalization theme that we kind of see throughout, it could be self-portraits, and that's why a bunch of them are scribbled out, torn across the face, things like that. General kind of negative self-image, dissociation type theme. And that would kind of fall in line with that final shot of her face peeling off.
Yeah.
I was very interested by the think about it, I could have killed you off at any time. You took everything from me bit. Like, I don't know who's talking there. I don't know who they could be talking to.
Yeah.
But that's I could have killed you off at any time is a very distinct thing to say to someone. So
it could have been Hanako talking to herself if we're gonna like follow through on the. It feels like, I don't know. It feels kind of, I don't know if they would go with that theme like twice in a row from the short message to F. It feels kind of, but maybe, I don't know.
I think that this Shu person, because the first line is "You're lying, aren't you, Shu?" You really think you can fool Hanako? Hanako's dead. So someone named Shu is lying. Maybe, like, I think that maybe Shu is is another girl, or I don't think necessarily
It's the male name.
It is? Okay, so maybe that's the boy who died. I don't know. I'm just theorizing that stuff.
I kind of interpreted that opening dialogue as being by Hanako, as her referring to herself in the third person. I'm not totally sure why. That was just the impression that I got on my first watch, but I might be totally off on that.
I'm not even completely sure that it is two separate girls in the voiceover. Again, I'd need to I'm not good at telling voices apart. I'll watch a Let's Play channel for years and still not necessarily know who's talking at different times.
I had assumed that the voices that were happening at the start was because it calls back they're like Hinako, and she goes, "Oh, sorry, what?" I had assumed that they were doing that conversation around her, and then she's called back to the conversation at that point.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely what's implied in that scene. I mean, I think there's even a wide shot. Oh no, that's not the same place. That's their school.
It's that shot where everyone's all together. I assumed it was them all talking, and then she's getting pulled back.
And she's getting pulled away.
Hinako.
Yeah. Oh. Very interesting. All right. Who else wanted to talk about this? And don't feel compelled to if you wanted to talk about the music, if you wanted to talk about talk about anything really,
So hello, hi, it's me, iCat.
Hi, Cat. What's
up? In regards to the little dialogue about the choice, I don't think it's more of a choice that the player would make more than a choice that Hinako the character makes, because it sounds like it's leading towards a decision she will make later down the line.
That makes the most sense.
Yeah. That being said, I could considering Rikishi seems to be a big fan of Silent Hill in general. I do think there might still be multiple endings. I do think it's interesting. He seems to want to play with the tropes of Silent Hill, at the same time also honor them, right? So I can see him going either way.
Yeah.
50-50 on where he goes.
I could see. Yeah, I could see that.
I
guess what I would say is I'm not going in expecting there to be multiple endings.
Right. I did think it was interesting that he repeatedly pointed out this doesn't take place in Silent Hill, which makes me think, he's been reading what people have been saying in regards to, the first teaser.
I think Rikishi is very, has spoken about reading feedback of his own stuff before, if I remember. Someone, correct me if I'm wrong, anyone who has more history with who knows more of Rikishi's history, let me know. But I was watching something that said that he was very in tune with the fan base when Higurashi was happening, so.
Yeah, I mean, he was actively dropping hints, right, and rewriting sections when he needed to elucidate more.
Yeah. Okay.
So that stands to reason. So it'll be interesting to see a developer who is basically playing with your expectations.
Yeah, definitely. Also, Daisy Maisie has left. Hey, thanks for hanging out, Daisy. I didn't see you leave, but if anyone drops and I don't say bye, sorry. I definitely want to make sure I appreciate you coming on and talking and stuff. It's really cool that everybody likes to come in here and chat about stuff. So thank you. So who was talking? Was that Jules?
I was about to say, my mind keeps going back to, there was like a note in short message that mentioned something called the Silent Hill effect.
Yep, I was referencing that earlier in the stream. Yeah.
So I feel like they are kind of trying to make it seem more like Silent Hill, like what happens in Silent Hill is necessarily related to the town itself, but it's kind of a thing that happens and it can happen somewhere else. I don't know necessarily if it is maybe related to some like magic thing or just like depression happens everywhere, you know, like metaphorically, but it definitely seems like they are trying to veer away from Silent Hill meaning the literal town of Silent Hill, which I'm fine with. Like, I would love to see stuff take place all over the place.
Yeah, I personally also think that's just for the best.
Yeah, honestly, you know, especially when it comes to, you know, horror, I think that it's really important. It's very important to me to get multiple perspectives on these things, and I feel like horror does a really good job when it's focused on telling not a moral play, but like a parable, or like through tragedy. Like basically showing the worst case scenario and how how we as a society can look at this as like, oh yeah, this is the worst case scenario. Maybe we should reconsider how we're acting, what we're doing, and why we're doing it. You know, I feel like horror is really useful in that way. And yeah, especially from a cultural like sort of perspective. Like, I feel like, yeah, that's one of the reasons why I fucking love Devotion. It's because it's such a fucking pointed criticism of Taiwanese culture back. Well, I think it was a criticism of the other, like things like the birthday grab that still happen. So So yeah, it's fucking phenomenal. If you haven't played Devotion, play it, please. And then also
I've watched
Detention.
it play through a bunch of times.
Oh yeah, which one? With the Scream team?
Original one.
Oh yeah, the Scream. Yeah. I'm a fan. Fun. I like Rachel got really scared, so I like that one too. She got turning around from that kitchen scene with the mannequin. I can't, like, we didn't have a cam on. She jumped. She was like, oh! I kept having to get her to sit back down to play it. Like, no, it's fine.
Well, from what you were saying earlier about like how it's good to have like new monsters and stuff, and it was making me think about how like Pyramid Head, like first time we see Pyramid Head, it is directly related to the story. Like the nurses are related to James's story. They're a metaphor for something to do with him. And then as we go on, it's just like, oh, Pyramid's Head, because you know Pyramid Head and he's in Silent Hill. And so I was very glad to not see any recognizable monsters in this. And hopefully they are also all very representational of stuff about Hanako.
Yeah, I would assume so, because we're seeing, I mean, if we're talking about the game as like sort of a criticism of Japanese culture in the 1960s, then and we're talking about specifically like gendered discrimination, like one of the things that I'm seeing from these monsters is that they are very like these are all female figures, and they are one of them is like a scarecrow. And then this one's a mannequin, so I could easily see that this basically meaning something. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. There's a lot of very strong like doll imagery.
Exactly. Yes. Objectification. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I forgot the word for objectification, but yeah, it's like.
Yeah, thinking of like mannequins, almost like women during that period of time potentially being used as or did I say mannequins or marionettes? I meant to say marionettes. Being used as puppets and things like that for like familial expectations and things like that.
Hold on, I just noticed something. Look at. Here, I can share my screen with the Discord. 1 sec. Kalathra, hi.
Hi. You're talking about the monsters, and I have some thoughts.
Oh yeah, I'm curious.
They're very displaced and kind of all over at the moment, but I have thoughts.
Yes, okay. But yeah, okay, I'm sharing. You should be able to see that. Look at the legs. They're I forget what that's called. But they look like animal legs. You see how it's got like
very animalistic. Yeah, something I had put in the chat.
Yeah, is that like is that like? Correct me if I'm wrong. There's a lot. Yeah, it's anthropomorphic. There's like a word for it. Whenever I see it, I think of StarCraft zealots. But anyway, because my brain is broken. But is that? Should we interpret that as maybe fox slaves?
Oh, yeah. I was thinking that was kind of what I was thinking. Yeah, foxes.
Yeah.
Do foxes have that long ankle? Like, because that's the reason for the bend.
Do foxes have them titties? I'm asking.
Yes, foxes do.
I mean,
okay.
There's plenty of people on the internet who will very much say yes.
Oh,
I've seen it on the internet.
Oh no, no! What have I done?
I'd recommend you some
Welcome
anime.
to Furry Hill.
That's what F stands for.
I've been waiting the entire stream for that joke.
So far, we've got Silent Hill fuck, Silent Hill furry, Silent Hill female. We're going all over the place. All right.
Hang on. I just noticed the very first shot in front of her. Or I don't know how you pronounce it. Geta sandals, the wooden sandals.
Yeah.
I know those are something that were traditionally worn, and I don't know exactly when they kind of stopped being kind of more commonplace. But it could be that I don't know if those are her shoes or something. Just something I noticed.
By the way, a note on the dolls as well. There is the specific connection, of course, beyond just the symbolic, but like the cultural connection of girls and dolls, because there's the Hinamatsuri, which is like, the day for dolls. Like there's this whole specific set of dolls that are like put together. It's representing a specific cultural hierarchy thing.
Yeah.
If you've seen, I think it's Kurosawa's Dreams, one of his involves foxes, and there's also one that involves the dolls. And of course, this is a specific like connection for girls to have those dolls. So there is that cultural connection as well.
Mm.
Yeah, that scene from Kurosawa's Dreams is really scary, actually.
Gosh. Josh! Hey, Josh!
Hey, we just got done talking to Whitney's.
Oh, cool. Does Whitney enjoy what she?
Yeah, we thought there was going to be more. We were really hoping there was going to be a movie trailer.
I kind of wish.
But like,
I wanted a little bit of gameplay, but I always kind of want gameplay.
Did y'all already see that the content warning for the game had some interesting info? Okay.
Yes. So that, and Josh, you've never played Higurashi, right?
No, I have not. I'm only tangent. I kind of have a gist of it, but I've never played nor seen the anime or anything.
I will just say this: you should be excited. Rikishi does a fantastic job when it comes to saying something with his art, and I am hyped as fuck. This is
because you said that was one of your favorite thing you've ever played was Higurashi.
Favorite thing I've ever played. I would say
you said you liked it, basically.
I fucking loved it. It's fantastic. Yeah. My favorite thing I've ever played that would be Outer Wilds. Outer Wilds has a very, very special place in my heart. It took a lot to not cry during that stream, FYI. But like Higurashi was, Higurashi holds a very similar place in my heart. It is
cry on screen, coward.
Mm-hmm. I will eventually. What do I mean by that? I don't know what I fucking meant by that. Tune in next time for my fucking tears. Who knows? Maybe not Outer Worlds. God damn it, Hayden. I haven't played Outer Worlds yet. Rachel says it's very good. So anyway,
it is very good. It's a lot of fun.
Cool. But yeah. It's cool to hear that Whitney's very interested. But yes,
I am too.
Yeah. And all right. Yeah, look at this.
Hey, Silent Hill Revelations finally justified.
Real quick, I just wanted to say, I forgot to say this during the bit where we were talking about the content warnings. I'm not sure if you probably mentioned this during the Higurashi streams, but I think it's worth noting that the Yukishi used to be a social worker.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Before he became an author, and so that is one of those things where even if like you have not read Higurashi Umineko, like knowing that I think should help you to have an idea of like how the sort of care and kindness that he approaches these subjects with.
Oh, okay, Meowtroid. Yeah, feel free to hit me up in the DMs. Yeah, I'm sorry for whatever happened, but yeah, take care. You have a great rest of your night, as much as you can. But yeah, I second that 1000%. Higurashi is One of the reasons why I love it so much is because, and why it will stay with me, is because of how empathetic and understanding it is. You don't even need to be told that Ryokishi was a social worker to get that from Higurashi, to understand that there is a very like pointed message about Japanese society in that game. It is very obvious and very apparent that he has very strong feelings about all sorts of things, but a lot of it stemming directly from like a social worker standpoint, like specifically how he feels about adoption. There's a lot in Higurashi about the way that adoption worked in Japan when he was a social worker. There's a lot about just giving a fuck about your fellow human being, like giving a fuck about living in a society and helping each other. Higurashi is so fucking like full of life, and which is funny because it's also so full of death and fucked up shit, but it all serves a purpose. That's the main thing that you should take away, is that Ryokishi, from what I have seen in all of Higurashi and the very limited things I've heard about Umineko, is that he gives a shit and he's not going to deploy these topics just to like let's say maybe in a Bloober Team-esque fashion, where to deploy them just to have something dark in you. Like they're not going, like Ryokishi isn't going to deploy a story about PTSD of a war veteran just to have a story about how fucked up it is to have PTSD, man.
Like he specifically cares about Showa era cultural struggles and political struggles, and this is like right in his comfort zone. This is his like specific focus.
Yeah.
Oh, and anyone who's a Discord mod, can we create a link? I can't do it because I've got my shit turned on. But oh wait, Daisy Maisie did say goodbye in the chat. Fuck, I fucking missed it. Damn it. But yeah, if whoever's a mod, iCat, I think you're a mod. If you could do that, pretty please.
Yeah,
sure. That would be fantastic.
I would, but I'm not a mod, so sorry.
Oh, do you want to be a mod? Oh, Josh, that's what you were talking about. Hold on, let me post it in the chat. Yeah. That's what you were talking about. I didn't get your reference at first. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I got it.
It's okay, I'm on the perfect frame for this too.
It made me crack up when I saw that. I'm like, finally
vindication.
Oh no, not that one.
Yeah, that one. Where did it
No.
go? Why isn't it playing?
That one looks too much like a mannequin. I don't like it.
All right, you know what? I'll just do it like this. I can.
It literally turns people into mannequins.
There, I just did it like that.
Just turn all the way around in my chair for a sec.
So 3D. Whoa. So lifelike.
Me when I'm 5 drinks deep.
I gotta go walk the dog, but have a good night, everyone.
Oh, good night.
Night.
Have a good night.
Sorry if we're talking too much.
Oh no. I honestly had my mic on mute anytime I wasn't talking, just because I was looking at stuff. But all right.
Cool. Yeah. Great hearing from you, Jules. I'll check you later.
Bye.
Alrighty. Yeah. So there's. Okay. Yeah. Who else wanted to talk?
If I could, I've got a couple ideas that I'd like to share.
Go for it.
So I kind of wanted to like wrap back around to the red spider lilies and the symbolization of death with them. I was actually looking it up once when they mentioned that it takes place in 1960s Japan and everything, and apparently a portion of Japan had a pretty large-scale polio epidemic that broke out, and part of me was almost wondering if those spider lilies are meant to represent like the spread of a disease through a town. And that part of the horror could be the main character experiencing survivor's guilt of having been like the only one of her friend group or something to not have succumbed to whatever disease it might be.
It was mentioned in chat as well that they do function as pesticides in the real world. So there's that connection as well.
Yeah, I saw that. And the other aspect of that I was thinking of was if they were to be going in that more cult-like angle and everything, that the people with the Fox masks that we see at the very end could be the cultists, and the things that I saw in chat of people mentioning that it almost looks like the main character has been whipped, and that's what the tear at the back is. If potentially they are the ones doing it, creating that more toxic environment to perpetuate that idea of depersonalization, and are the ones that have essentially killed off the friends of Hinako, assuming that that is in fact the main character's name.
I'm pretty sure based on the Steam description that is in fact, Shimizu Hinako. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And that could be another angle for the marionette symbolism and everything, is that this cult is kind of puppeting these kids and using whatever disease is going around as a way of controlling them and trying to get something out of it.
You know, I kind of worry that this might have been one of the mandates from Konami, is that maybe there was a story mandate that this is going to functionally be the first Silent Hill, like the origin story of not only Silent Hill, but maybe even the cult as well, the Order.
I mean,
I'm really worried about that, but at the same time, like, I mean, I don't know, Ryukishi should probably do a pretty decent job at it. I don't know.
I think I heard that in 1960, that's when the U.S. started having military bases in Japan after the war, so that might be related. There's something about 1960 that was significant. I can't remember exactly what.
Maybe I was going to say that like the cult here looks substantially different than like the one that Dolly is running, you know?
Right, but that's kind of what I'm saying, is that they should be different, but I worry that there is a overarching mandate to force them to be the same.
Yeah.
You know, like Konami's like, okay, not only is this going to take place in Japan, but also you're going to tell the origin story of various facets of Silent Hill, and they're going to come from Japan and they're going to be put into, you know, America. And that's one of the things you've got to do. You've got to square the circle.
I don't think that would be
odd. Sorry.
I don't think that would be the case, mostly just because of how like they've treated the more other newer Silent Hill games, like the Short Message and the and well, Silent Hill 2. They don't feel like they had like mandates in them, you know, to they're required to do some stuff.
Silent Hill 2 remake definitely felt like it was a mandate to remake Silent Hill 2. But I get what you're putting down. And to be clear, I'm just catastrophizing. Like, this isn't necessarily what I actually feel. I am just worried, and I'm just voicing that worry. You know, that's it. Also, ass on the screen. F's in the chat for dad ass. It said there was like nudity at the beginning of this, and I guess that it was referring to dad ass.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks just like a spider leg to me.
Yeah, I'm not seeing what you're saying.
No, I see what you're saying, but I think that's a joint on a spider leg.
Yeah, I think it's a leg or something.
No, that's definitely a butt.
That's a butt.
Oh, no, you're right. I see it now.
That's 1000%.
Definitely a butt.
There, you're right, yeah.
The F actually stands for Silent Hill fat ass.
I was literally about to say exactly that, and I stopped myself because I thought, don't do it. That's too stupid.
No, something Whitney was wondering about
is fat ass.
Was if the drug use that they mentioned in the warning, if the drug will end up being White Claudia, and that like it's not connected, but like that's the commonality.
That's the thing that I'm worried about. That's like Whitney exactly tapped into what I'm worried about. Let this be its own thing, please.
Well, maybe it's not really. Maybe it's like it grows more than one location. And it's not related to the other cult. Maybe.
I mean, sure, yeah. If they want to like connect stuff arbitrarily, then that's, you know, if things just happen to be similar, then that's fine. It's just like, it feels like that Homecoming thing of like, oh no, Elle is actually Laura. Oh, fuck. And it's like, oh my God, stop, please. We don't need this, especially in Silent Hill, like where, you know, Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 1 are like, they have nothing in common. Like, we have already established that the games in this series do not necessarily need to connect to each other at all. Like, like in terms of the setting, sure, but like this, the grand experiment with Silent Hill F should be, can we do Silent Hill in the same style and evoke that same essence without having anything to do with the titular town? Anyway, look at this fucking beautiful shot.
That is genuinely like artwork level of gorgeous. Yeah. I would hang this in my wall.
I am going to make a couple screenshots from this my desktop wallpaper. They are beautiful, like legit. Like, I don't know who Kira is. I've never seen anything they've ever done. This is phenomenal. This is really fucking cool and good and nice, and I like it. Anyway,
actually, something about this.
The Scarecrow was actually in the first trailer too. I noticed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was a Scarecrow at the very beginning. Who was talking? I'm sorry, we're talking over purpley.
Yeah, I was saying that something else about that image of the sort of scarecrow-like thing is it looks like there's a wire coming out from one of the hands.
Yes.
So I'm wondering if that's meant to be more a mannequin than a scarecrow, or just a general idea of like, there's that scarecrow. I meant the scarecrow you were looking at previously.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just saying that because of let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I called it during the stream. I pointed it out. I think it's like a very thin needle, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That's actually one of the things that made me think that they were meant to be like giant marionettes.
Yeah.
Because it looked like a string to me.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, right there.
If you look, I urge everybody to watch this on their own, like in 4K on Konami's channel, because in 4K fidelity, you can absolutely see that is not a wire. That is not connected to anything. That is like a really thin, like a needle or something. Like a shard of glass or something, or maybe it's stretching all the way back. Watch it in look at it in 4K, zoom in on it. It looks like a needle to me, like a really thin, like needle. Now, that's not to say that you're correct, because there is the imagery of this stuff up here, the like sort of like vines, or like I don't know what to call them, like blood vessels.
Wires, it looks like electrical wires up the top.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And yeah, you could follow that through. I mean, even if this isn't technically a mannequin, it definitely looks like one. And
yeah, I mean, it also looks like there's braces put onto her legs and arms to hold her in place to something.
Yeah, and also just looking at her, it feels extremely odd, because it does this. You can't support like weight like that with just this, so it feels like she's floating.
Yeah,
it's the feng shui of her.
I'm definitely very interested. You said the artist was Kira.
Yeah.
She went by that name?
I believe. Yes.
They. I don't know if the pronouns. I assume.
Sorry. Hold on. I need to turn you up.
Oh. Okay. I was just saying, like, yeah, I'm very interested in what they're doing with this sort of thing symbolically. Like, again, the idea of something holding itself up on that little, bit to stand on where there's so much weight that should be pushing it down. Like, that's a very symbolically resonant image. I'm very excited to see where it's taking that, instead of, I personally don't like to make a lot of like predictions. I just like to see the things and see where they might be going.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope that we see like an art book come out just based off of all of these visuals.
Yeah.
Like, it would be amazing to just get a collection of the monster designs, the landscapes, things like that.
I want to see more of this. I want to see the detail. Like, this is fascinating. And yeah, looking at this now, I mean, I didn't even notice this, the rope tied around her arm. The way that it's like squeezing.
Yeah.
It's very evocative of, it's very, I'm seeing, there's just a lot of metaphor on display here. I mean, and absolutely, not just from the monsters, but also from, Hanako having, this, what the fuck happened to her? Like, what? What the fuck is this? Like this sort of like not. I don't know if it's this mutilation. This running theme of just gendered violence,
flagellation, maybe
potentially. We don't know, but definitely like even these the plants and the flowers, it all evokes like it looks like these are covered in blood. Blood seems to be like it sounds dumb to say it, but like blood seems to be all over this, and there's something I want to know more. I want to know why. What happened to her? What hit her in the back? Was that like people are saying that this is like maybe whip marks, and sure, if that's self-flagellation, absolutely, that's how that would work. But it doesn't look like whip marks to me. It looks like those look like bites. There's one that looks like a scratch.
I saw some people in the chat also saying something like perhaps flowers were growing out of her back at a certain point. Like that's like if the flowers have been removed, like that's the scar.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
That could almost kind of
you just
tie
reminded
into
me that I'm probably gonna get sick playing this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gross. I love it. Oh, that's so fucked up. I'm so here for it. Also, metaphorically speaking, look how the dress basically flows out like a flower, and then it's like the whatever. Anyway.
Also, the negative space kind of looks slightly humanoid. I'm not sure how intentional that is, but I do like the like.
Also, the blood down here kind of looks like kanji. Anyway,
at the very least, it's very artistic. Like the like point coming to a point of the negative space.
Yeah,
looks
this
very
is
well done, just compositionally.
Yeah, compositionally, artistically, there is a lot to love in this trailer. There's a lot going on, and I'm very, very excited to see more. All right, that's enough of us yapping. Who else has not talked who would like to talk?
I have a thing.
Okay.
It's a relatively small thing. It was just the scarecrow like mannequin.
Yes.
I just found it interesting that it's got ball joints, and that kind of to me resembles an art mannequin.
Yeah.
And there is some focus on art as well in the drawings and things. Which I found interesting, just especially because art mannequins can kind of be used as a representation for like improvement or refinement. So with also mannequins, kind of being, disconnection, depersonalization, like having those two kind of together, that's interesting to me, potentially.
Yeah, that could play into, I mean, the mannequin's hands are bound too. If you look at the sort of where the rope is largely like around, the arms, but definitely the hands. The hands seem to have the most amount. And it definitely looks like there is some like, it's like, she seems bound, but in a way that's like unusual and maybe been hidden beneath her clothing, which metaphorically could say a lot of things. But also this needle thing that might actually be like a writing utensil or maybe even like a brush of some kind. Yeah, I could totally see it going that way too. That's very interesting. Yeah, I got the feeling when I first saw those drawings, I felt like they were Hanako's. I don't know why, but I just got that vibe. Looking at more of this stuff. Oh wait, what the fuck was that?
Yeah,
those are yokai. That's one of my favorite yokais. They're freaky. It's a one with a really long neck that wraps people up and eats them.
Well, knowing Ryokishi, this definitely has something more to do with the, what is it wrapping? Is that a fox?
I think it's a person.
Fox, yeah.
Oh no,
yeah, the fox, and then there's like a one-eyed. Oh wait, the one-eyed kind of beast pig thing. Didn't we see the? Yeah, wasn't there that on the table? There was that meat.
Maybe an oni on the left.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that.
You are correct. Yeah.
Oh,
look at that.
Also, are those? What are these?
Maggots?
Delicious, that's what.
Oh, the maggots?
Little crunchy bits.
Yeah. Okay, those are we call those snacks. But yeah, no, this is so fucking striking. I gotta say, in terms of like technically speaking, I was pretty worried about Neobards going in, and I'm still a little worried because some of these cutscenes are a little iffy. I mean, that said, like this is the animation, the mocap. Like I don't know how they're animating this. The emotion's definitely conveying. Like it's definitely coming across, and I think that it looks good. There are some moments though where it's a little bit like muddy, and I'm kind of worried about that. Like this, like her model is just like, I don't know. There's something uncanny about it.
How much of that is Unreal Engine though?
Yeah, true. But also the animation, it completely like makes me forget about it. Like once she starts moving, then it's like, oh, that's fantastic. Like,
I wonder if that could be intentional to make your mind kind of associate the living human characters more with these mannequin-esque monsters.
I mean, this is Ryakishi. There may be a level, there might be a line through that. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But then we're also running into the idea of like, but the graphics are bad on purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
The game is bad on purpose.
The weird ghosting on James in the Silent Hill 2 remake was on purpose.
It's to make you feel insane because no one else calls it out. And oh boy, did it do a good job. Anyway, all right. Did anyone else have anything to say?
I do have something.
Go for it.
By the way, hi Bob, it's me, Red Rum. I haven't been here in a while.
Yeah, I remember. I know Red Rum.
I don't know if you saw my name though, which is why I mentioned.
Yeah, no, I saw your icon. I remember you changed the icon to the little James version of what do they call those? The little
well, they're bots, an Astrobot. It's one of those bots dressed up as James. Yeah, some fan art somebody drew.
I like it.
Thank you. Personally, if you ask me, I think the F stands for finally, because this finally looks like a return to form for Silent Hill.
Nice.
I'm very impressed with this trailer. I can't believe I'm actually excited about a Silent Hill game again.
Whoa, wait. Look at this. So is this similar to the scene? Sorry, one sec. Is this similar to the scene in Silent Hill 2 where you fight your first lying figure, and after you delete it, I don't know why I naturally wanted to say delete it. After you kill it, maybe things go, or not necessarily exactly like Silent Hill, but similar in function. Like it looks like in this scene, Hanako goes into the other world, or I forget what they call it in this one.
The Dark Shrine.
The Dark Shrine. When she goes to the Dark Shrine, she goes into the Dark Shrine version of their town and then kills this monster and then reverts back to the real world. As you can see, it kind of like reverting back, and you look in the background right there, like it's lying dead, and it looks like it had a knife, and so it's just lying dead there.
And so she might be passing out. Silent Hill 1.
She's
pass out between the transitions.
She's Silent Hill Homecoming, asleep, teleporting. Yeah.
It's cool to see like an in-game transformation to like in the between the shifting realities. We don't really. I think Homecoming is the only one that really did that. Or wait, no, the first game does, but not nearly as detailed as this.
Yeah, I'm interested, especially when they're doing their own thing with it, by adding. I don't know if you were here, Red Rum, for when we found the not only does the world like sort of like shift, it also is the flowers bloom like as the other world transition happens. Yeah, here I'll show you in a sec. But look at this. I just wanted to quickly point out the foxes have little vesties on.
Little jackets.
They got little jackets to keep them warm. So the thing I was gonna show, where the fuck is it? Where the hell did it go? Yum. That's the other thing about this trailer. It just makes me hungry for meat. Delicious meat. I'm gonna crunch on an eyeball. Come on. Where the hell is it? I swear to God, I'm not. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. So look at the bottom of the frame. How the flowers sort of like grow out. You see that? Fucking sick. Fucking sick.
Very.
I love how kind of like natural the movement of the flowers is, despite them sprouting out of like stone ground, like that kind of bobble that they have, just works so well to me.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I was gonna. Oh, sorry.
No, go for it. That's what I was gonna say. Did you have anything else?
Yeah. I was gonna ask. Do you guys think that maybe the game will have maybe any allusions to the Order or the Cult in the previous games? I know this is a separate story, but I'm curious if there are going to be any, because I think it'd be really cool if the game doesn't need to do this, but I think it'd be neat if like it showed like, I don't know, the cult kind of spreading to other cultures, like how real cults do. They spread out throughout the world, and I think that'd be really neat to do.
I think that it would be a mistake to do it in a way where it like, this is a thing that we were talking about before. I think it would be a mistake if it is actually like the Order, and that they like, you know, there's a scene toward the end where it's like someone packing their bags and moving to America, and then they're like with like a little thing of White Claudia, and then like closes it and like
no, that'd be dumb. I'll think more like a sect.
But yeah, I think it would be cool to actually like back out from like the Order itself and just show like how some people react to how some groups of people react to things like this. Like we just watched what was it called? Oh God, what is the name of the movie? We just the King Tide, and I think it was called The King Tide. And it does a really good job basically telling the story of what happens when something really weird and supernatural happens, and how groups of people react to that. I think it would be really fascinating and cool to show groups of people in this game reacting to this really crazy situation happening, and then maybe kind of doing not the same thing as the Order, but doing something similar to make a commentary on human nature. So that, yeah, for me, that's it. Has any game acknowledged White Claudia? SH1 established the drug lore. I think it was basically Silent Hill 1, and then
they're in Homecoming, the flowers, like the White Claudia.
Yes.
They're in like in one part of the like
Homecoming is
they're in one part of the level.
Explicitly
Like
refers to them and shows White Claudia. When Alex wakes up on the shores during a certain segment, he wakes up among White Claudia. I also think that what is correct me if I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong on this, but I always thought that the some of the things that you collect in Silent Hill 2 to get the ritual ending, or what was it called? Rebirth?
Rebirth.
I thought that one of them was White Claudia, or it was a jar full of white shit or whatever.
Maybe it's White Claudia.
I don't think it was ever like named
Explicit,
as it. I always assumed it was.
Yeah, I always
but, like it's definitely
assumed,
extensively talked about in Silent Hill 1 and a bunch of notes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Silent Hill 1. Also, hi. I'm referencing first time chatter. Litter on the streets. Hi. Yes, it's definitely explicitly called out in SH1.
Are you referring to the White Chrism?
Yes. So I don't know if it's exactly White Claudia. It's one of those things where it was like, I mean,
I always assumed it was.
Yeah, exactly. And Calathra, why did you assume that? You know?
Yeah, it was a white substance in Silent Hill. I just assumed it was White Claudia.
Is either that or, you know, the substance that shall not be named.
Else.
Trouble fluid.
The trouble fluid.
Not very many things are white.
Trouble fluid.
All right. Has there been anyone who hasn't gotten a chance to talk?
I had some stuff, but if anybody else needs to talk, they can go first.
Beeve is lighting up. Beeve, did you want to?
I'm taking a drink. Sorry.
Oh, did you not have anything to say?
Not really. Looks great. You know.
Agreed. All right. Yeah. Okay. If anyone else wanted to just chime in, but yeah, we're just gonna. I think I've got a little bit more time here. FYI, it is me o'clock. Happy 8:08 to those who celebrate. Go ahead.
I wrote some of my thoughts in the Discord game channel of yours if you want to read that. I just don't want to interrupt anyone. That's why I've been completely silent.
Yeah, no, sure. Did you want to read those?
No, you can read it. I'd rather just stay silent for now.
Oh, okay. do you want me to? I'm sorry, I might be misunderstanding. Do you want me to read that now? Like read it out loud, or are you saying read it on my own after?
Whenever you want to.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna prioritize other people rather than me yapping. So yeah. Okay.
Did anybody mention that they have a girls' day in Japan and that they get this is my friend Emily conveyed this over to me, and that they get dolls every year for that, and you only bring out for that, and they're not perfectly the same, but they kind of look like some of the dolls you see in the game. So I don't know if that's a connection or not.
Yeah, Hinamatsuri.
We talked about
it earlier.
Okay, never mind.
No,
and then I personally think the main girl's dead.
I think said that as a joke, but the more that I think about it, I mean, it might go the Sixth Sense route, to put it rudely. To compare Ryukishio 7 to M. Night Shyamalan.
I think she did deal with the Fox cult, and I think she was into the same boy as the friend because he talks about the betrayal, and then I think something goes wrong and somebody ends up dead.
I definitely think that someone ends up dead. We were kind of talking about potentially Hanako being the source, like the lone survivor, because that could go the other way, where either she's dead or she like isn't. That's the other thing. So at the beginning, I think I know where you're getting that from, and it's because someone says at the beginning it's like Hanako's dead.
And also that like this might be a fight over the boy because they keep showing the boy, and they say like your friends always betray you, but that's just because you were going to betray them first or something along that line. So it makes me think there'd be like a fight over the boy, maybe.
I still keep seeing the Hinako's deadline as being like a reference to the way that cults can tend to like break people down and remove their self-identity and things like that.
There definitely seems to be elements of that in the trailer. Like metaphorical representations of ostracization. They fucking can't talk. Anyway, yeah, it's interesting. Also, just from this shot alone, I don't know if did we confirm, is this guy's shoe?
I mean, it's the only boy in the shot, so possibly.
So from this shot, you can see that there is sort of a I don't want to say like, you know, there's something seem to be they are familiar with each other enough that you know they're comfortable sitting beside each other like this. So that might say something more about like maybe their relationship. I don't know. I think I'm going crazy and maybe connecting dots that aren't necessarily there. That said, yeah, there's really not much to chew on in this. Also, can we get? Looks like, yes, Ju-on, yes. There's not much to Ju on. School. Yeah. We're going to school, y'all. We're going to Silent Hill school. Back to school, baby.
I swear we better be able to swing on those swings.
They better have physics, or we are going to fucking riot.
Silent Hill F. F standing for fucking swinging.
Fucking swing.
Great, you got it at school.
F for fuck, yeah. All right. Yeah. I guess that's another thing that I should mention is, while some of the shots do look a little bit more muddy, I think that also might be because of the color, the very specific color direction. I think that there, especially in the foggy world, things are obviously a little bit more muted, but then the bright reds really pop in like the shrine sections, or the what is it called again? The red shrine?
Dark shrine.
Dark shrine. Yeah, and the dark shrine. It seems like the contrast is really upped, and it's very interesting. Like this is a really cool shot. There's the way the fog is like wisping around. It's like smoke.
Yeah, almost like the town is burning.
Yeah, look at that.
Especially with that red dissolve.
Yeah, that's 1000% like smoke from it. Yeah.
Well,
And I'm wondering if it's the friend's body, because at first I thought it was the first monster she kills, but like that could also be the friend's body there.
It's
The
true.
other thing I was gonna say with the smoke, it might just be like representative of like incense. Like again, the content warnings did specifically mention like drugs and hallucinations due to drugs.
Yeah.
And at the very end, you see like the woman in the kitsune mask or like the Inari mask. They're like about to give Hinako something, and like it's unclear if that's like drugs or like some, like ritual oils that they're going to bathe her in or anything like that. But like again, like this idea that like as this town is dissolving, there's also this smoke which looks, it could be like incense or a burnt
or reefer
medicine.
She could have reefer madness.
Devil's lettuce.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I'm glad that finally the Konami has recognized the meme of someone blowing vape clouds over Silent Hill, and is putting that back into the game series, and canonically speaking. Thank you.
Silent Hill, this is your brain on drugs, egg splatter.
Yes, exactly. Or as I like to say, it's just one of those days. Anyway, happy 420. All right, y'all. Okay, did anyone else have anything more to say? I think we've really. I am interested. Just real quick. The damage on Hinako being like consistent, and it seems like she's getting more bloody as the game goes on, because right here she's got the ripped sleeve, and then later, she's got blood dripping down here, and this seems to be fairly early on. Potentially.
Yeah, the aerial shot is interesting because like where the tear on her back, there's like blood like leading down into her skirt.
Yeah.
It'd be a good way of like showing the player in gameplay like how much damage they've taken, like showing like wounds and like blood on her skin and whatnot, since it's like visible.
Yeah.
I'm a little wary about like clothing damage and stuff like that as a gameplay indicator for something.
I don't think it'll be like dynamic.
I don't mean to say that it's like a dynamic thing. I mean to say that like I think it's like if you look, I think in the future once the game comes out and you look at the cutscenes, I think that you could follow along like, okay, she has this damage on her. That means that this scene has already happened. Like as a way of like, kind of like doing the less dynamic, but isn't Metal Gear Solid 3 going to do that, like the remake?
Yeah, that's also like what was it, Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, where he, like slowly he loses more and more of his clothes as the adventure progresses. It could also be that.
Yeah.
The only other thing I wanted to say was just like, I know you're worried about like just the graphical style. Like personally, I'm not too concerned. Like.
Honestly, it's a minor thing. Like, I think that even I think that Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 3 are some of the most graphically impressive games ever made. They stand up in a way that very few games do, and that was using the technology from 2 decades ago. So I think that if you make good on animation and your artistic direction, you have everything you need to make a visually stunning game. I just worry that there were some like scenes where it was like, I don't know, I felt like they could use a little bit more love, I guess. It felt like a little bit like, oh, this is maybe like not the final pass is kind of what I'm saying. That said, I also followed that up with the animation like immediately draws my eye to it, so I'm not really too worried about it.
I think for me, realism will always leave that sort of feeling.
Yeah.
Like, can't really escape that. And also, I am more annoyed at the idea of, like, spending so much time to get that right when, like, I don't know, like, there's a lot of other places that could be better spent, like you said, with animation as opposed to just modeling. That I think helps bring that stuff to life. And I'm not particularly worried whenever a game has, like, quote-unquote, low fidelity. As long as the art direction is good. And this appears to be good.
Yeah. Also, I just realized this ending scene. Also, I just wanted to real quick this is kind of what I mean from the graphical fidelity standpoint. There is something weird happening. Like her skin is supposed to be peeling here, but it feels like, yeah, right there's a little bit of a clipping happening that just like for an instant frame, it just like kind of.
Hey, you want me to talk to you about what I'm seeing there?
What?
Hi there. How's it going? It looks like they may have some weird alpha texture things where they're fighting with each other on certain pieces of it, and that's probably kind of messing. Yeah. Right there, you just saw some clipping of the head through the hair.
Yeah.
The bang on the very far right side, piece of the skin clips through the hair right there.
Yeah, right
just
there.
straight up clips through. However, I will point out that when you had the knife up against her face, they actually had really good materials for her facial pores.
Yeah. That was another thing I was going to mention earlier. Like her eyes are really well done. The blood vessels on her eyes in one of these scenes are actually kind of stunning. Like this shot looks amazing.
Oh yeah, but they did more PBR work than the Silent Hill 2 remake did. Good job, guys.
There you go.
Hey, look at that. You can see the pores. Like
it's
you
fantastic.
can't see that in Silent Hill 2 because they didn't do almost anything with the PBR.
Right. Yeah. No, you're totally right. Yeah. Look at that. Anyway, also I love how it shines on this person in the background and having the freaky glowing eyes. But also look at what's happening here. You know how she was bleeding on her arm in another scene? She's not bleeding here, but look what this lady's doing. She's grabbing her arm and doing something to it right now.
Cleaning it, right?
But then this
I almost
this
wonder if
person's
it's
using
like
a
an
knife.
initiation ritual.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what's in that
this guy, the vase or whatever.
In the thing, if that's sake or something.
Yeah, maybe.
I've seen them use knives in other rituals and other like J-horror, like Norio.
I wonder if this maybe has something also to do with the gendered violence, or maybe something like the way that women were treated in Japanese society. Because this might represent, because these are all ladies, this might represent sort of a like grin and bear it kind of like aspect of it. Like an older generation being like, look, this is what we had to deal with. You have to deal with it too.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it definitely appears that like these are at least some like sort of cult member for sure, and it seems like very gendered expectations of her going in. Yeah.
By the way, one last thing I want to point out: that last scene, they probably used a model swap and probably didn't have the same amount of detail they have on the regular character for the model swap. I hate to be like that, but
I'm sorry. Winnie just asked when Extreme Rice 2 was coming out, and it fucked me up. I was gonna say yes, and also I really, really want this art right now. I need it for my background. This is amazing. Like, there's a lot of cool shit. I'm very interested in how the Silent Hill community is reacting to this. I've kind of tuned out from them because
I'm sure they're ecstatic
things. Do you think so? Because I remember a lot of people being like, I do not fuck with a Silent Hill that does not take place in or has anything to do with Silent Hill USA.
Well, hey, guess what? Silent Hill 3 doesn't start in Silent Hill, and Silent Hill 4, very little of it takes place in Silent Hill.
You do not have to convince me. I am fully aware. That's why you said that, Winnie. It's because someone in the chat asked if this is the Extreme Rice guy. God damn it.
Actually, Bob, if you go to Neobard's website, they have like that entire like banner there, but without any of the just the title.
Open image. Ooh, baby. Right click, say
that is nice. Yeah.
Sick. Okay. Hell yeah. Alrighty. Well, there you go. Okay. Okay. Wait. Murasaki Kun-kun. I think nudity is a major theme in this one too. Considering monsters, there is a connection between being naked / dirty / on all fours with being deranged and beastly. Pretty much across all cultures, kind of symbol of losing grace as a human and connection to mortality. Interesting.
So could that almost relate to that male character that we were talking about potentially having died? Him possibly being like the one to take the main character's virginity or something, and that's another thing, like they're being shamed in some way.
That's very possible. I'm definitely getting a lot of like, I mean, just look at this scene. You've got a lot of these white flowers, and then mixed among them is like some, I don't want to get too graphic, but like it's very possible. Also, there's a thing that I don't think anyone's mentioned of potentially a pregnancy happening, and I didn't want to say it because I don't want to manifest it. But
I could detect you beating around the bush on that one.
The choice, oh fuck off, Bear. No,
you can go with ionic imagery.
Yes, vagina.
That wasn't a pun. That wasn't a pun. I was being very sincere. I could tell you were kind of like you knew that topic was there, but you were kind of going around it a little bit.
Okay. Oh, you weren't being. Oh, okay, all right.
No, I was not being silly. I was being very sincere.
You're usually so silly. That's why I was like, oh god damn it.
No. I'm in more serious mode right now. But I'll flip the switch. Be careful.
Oh god. We do not want that. All right, and with that, so I can see this going a lot of different ways, and I'm very interested in the various ways that it could go. I'm very interested. I want to play. I don't know about y'all, but I want to play this fucking game. I want to get my hands on it, and I have wish listed it.
Can I say
excited.
Can I say that I'm cautiously optimistic about it? I am a little bit in the camp of like, this is a real departure from the rest of the Silent Hill franchise.
Yeah.
Now I get some people are like, well, it doesn't matter. I'm like, well, okay, it doesn't matter to you, but it can matter to other people.
Right.
It takes place in 1960, so it takes place before the entire Silent Hill franchise. So I'm kind of like, how is this going to play into it? Maybe it's a shared universe and they're just putting Silent Hill there for the shared universe, but it's two completely different things in that shared universe. Like it's a shared universe where all sorts of horrific stuff can happen. Maybe that's it. In which case I could be like, okay, all right. I mean, like I like Silent Hill for The Room. I actually like that game.
The Room, the game that we played together.
Yeah.
At your place for we didn't sleep that night, did we? We played all the way through the morning.
I think at one point I did take a nap. Right. But it's been years, so like I mean it's been like 30. It feels like 30 years. So
yeah, oh, God,
yeah, it's been a long time. So
yeah,
man, tell me about it. I'm coming up on 4-0 right now.
I'm already there, buddy boy.
I know. I'm coming right behind you. I can smell you.
He switched to
Bob.
silly
Can
mode.
I smell you?
Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that.
Bob, for what it's worth, I'm not interested in smelling you.
That's a good question. Can I smell Silent Hill F? When are we going to develop smell-o-vision technology?
They're just gonna have to restart Nintendo Power and send out another scratch and sniff like they did for Mother.
They actually send you air fresheners that smell like the flowers in the game.
Now, be warned: if the pregnancy angle comes in, you might not want to smell those air fresheners. But no, when you mentioned the flowers thing, that actually was already going through my head. Like, I don't know, this could be a. That is a thing. Another thing is it is 1960 that they're looking at. I don't know if they're going to maybe hint at all about the effects of Japan post World War II.
This is Ryakishi we're talking about. I would put money on that being a thing.
Yeah.
Ryakishi writes in a very worldly way. He is very cognizant, especially from what I experienced with Higurashi. Like, you will be shocked how much he zooms out from this little town in Japan in Higurashi. It is kind of it's really impressive.
I want to throw a couple things out there that are this is all very broad strokes of history for Japan in that regard. But the following World War II, there's a lot of weird. I say weird. There are a lot of themes that I wouldn't say were weird, but it was like they had to deal with out of the blue. Emperor going, being just a person, normal ass person. They had a real death of our gods sentiment at that time, and that shines through to Japanese culture to this day. That's also why a lot of their religious cult, they get churches, cults, and stuff all there all the time, and a lot of the people there really go bonkers about it, like they don't like it or they love it, because there's still that sentiment in Japan that's two extremes. One is we need to go back to the old ways of having this stuff, and everybody says, no, we got rid of that stuff after World War II. We're not bringing it back. So that's a major like selling point in their cultural dialogue. So, and they were dealing with it pretty heavily right after World War II. So just saying that could play into things.
Yeah. I'm looking it up now. I just Googled Japan in the 1960s and I got the 1960s in Japan were a period of rapid economic growth, dubbed the Japanese economic miracle, marked by industrialization, urbanization, and the rise of consumerism alongside social and political changes, including student protests and a focus on international trade. So,
and that would have, of course, necessitated people leaving rural areas to become urban.
So maybe it's not necessarily that. Maybe her friends didn't die necessarily. Maybe they just left.
Maybe she left them behind.
Maybe she's or she left them alone, and she's having visions of her previous life. Potentially.
And that she feels bad for quote unquote abandoning her friends.
Yeah.
And
maybe she bullied them.
Maybe she made them feel bad.
Dead
Go ahead.
to me, dead to you.
Yeah, dead to yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have if there's that turn of phrase in Japanese. There probably is, right? Or it's being translated, so
there's probably something similar. But yeah, that's why I brought this all up, is because there's a lot of historical significance from, you know, obviously the 40s all the way through to the 80s. Japan went through a lot of significant cultural changes that we still see to this day. Yeah. And making a period piece like this, they could really dive into what that all means to them and like look at ways to dissect it. And
that's what Ryukishi does specifically. He does a lot of Showa era specific political strife stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Also, correct me if I'm wrong or if I'm off base, but like, okay, this might get a little graphic. Just forewarning. When America nuked Japan, when the nukes actually, if I remember correctly, there was a lot of when the nukes went off, there was like a lot of stories of skin sloughing off.
Yeah,
horrible stories.
Yeah,
there's a lot of stories.
Isn't that what's happening here?
Yeah, sorta.
Am I looking too far? Is that I'm probably being?
That might.
Is that a stretch?
Like, that might be.
That
might be a coincidence, because we're talking about skin that was so burnt that it just kind of fell off.
Yeah.
It was so
Okay.
dead.
Okay.
Yeah. It wouldn't just.
Okay.
Sorry. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was say, also, like, the shot directly before this showed them putting a knife to her face. I think that's probably more likely what they're going for here.
Yeah. Yeah.
That might just be the editor having some fun with the different clips they have there. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
We've seen a lot of things like that in the past. As a matter of fact, I just showed somebody the Mad Max trailer today because he's never seen Mad Max Fury Road, and I was like, "You got like
what?
He's,
the best
he's young,
movie
he's
ever
young,
made?
He's young.
What?
He's
okay.
young. He's young.
Okay. Right.
I am teaching him. He's going home today to do his homework, which is RoboCop, Terminator 2, and like Mad Max Fury Road. So he's doing his homework.
I still need to see the first Terminator. I don't.
It's pretty good, but number 2 is like that. It's the best one.
Yeah, of course.
But it's still really good. Just like a lot of people tell you that Aliens is the best Alien, but I still actually like the first one for being a great horror movie.
Who fucking says that? And
a lot of people.
And can you meet me at my place for a fight?
I mean, I'll meet you at your place, but it won't be for a fight.
My dad is one of those people who likes Aliens more than Alien, and I really don't understand it. Like, him and I have had long discussions about why he's wrong.
I'm not saying that Aliens is a bad movie. It's good. You know, it's perfectly fine. But it is a much different thing from Alien. Alien was a goddamn horror. Right. It's action.
But that's also why there's a lot of people who like number 2 more, because maybe they're more interested in action movies and they're not big on horror stuff. So you know, you just have to take it for what it is. The 2 are very different. If somebody really likes the second one, it's probably because they're not thinking about what are their favorite horror movies. They're probably thinking about what are their favorite action movies. So yeah.
Murasaki Kikun-kun just said, Aliens to Alien is what Silent Hill 2 remake is to Silent Hill 2. Oh, it's so true.
I don't know.
It hurts.
I don't think I would go that far if I'm being perfectly honest, but that's okay. Yeah, that's a bit.
Yeah, maybe it's fun. I like it, but yeah, it's maybe a little extra. Maybe
that's a bit much.
That's a bit much.
I would say
appreciate
more
the
like
sentiment, but
yeah. I would say that the Silent Hill remake is more like RoboCop to RoboCop 3.
Terminator 2 to Terminator, because I was just thinking about that because I listened to Jeff Gerstmann and Jeff Gerstmann's podcast a lot. He was just talking about how Terminator, apparently, I haven't watched it, but apparently the first Terminator is like a gritty, like action horror kind of thing. Like it feels dangerous in a lot of ways, but then Terminator 2 is like a family friendly action romp.
The first one is much more, I would say a bit more adult, and it is much more horror because it is about an unstoppable machine trying to kill somebody. Yeah. It's not about this crazy action set piece after action set piece thing. Mm-hmm. That said, I still think that Terminator 2 is perfectly fine.
Litter on the Street says Terminator 1 is a slasher horror.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hard agree. Yeah.
Yeah. It absolutely is.
It's an unstoppable killer machine chasing after a woman.
Yeah, and when you say it like that, yeah, definitely slasher. Yeah, 1000%.
And I hate to bring this up, but it literally, I think it actually got used at one point for some reason with Terminator, but it can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. They do the whole spiel that you heard in Aliens. So, it's great. It is a slasher though.
Yeah.
God, their eye look really good in that because I can see the really good shine and reflection there.
Yeah, this is the shot I was talking about where you see the veins, like the blood vessels.
What's interesting, it looks like I can't tell, but they may have put a separation between the outer part of the eye and the inner part, so the lens and the actual. Yeah, it looks like they may have actually done a separation. And that's attention to detail.
Yeah, and just FYI, this is out of focus. Like the focus line is like right here, and the depth of field is really thin. So that's why if this looks like weird, it's because of that. Like it's a little bit hard to tell because watch it. I highly suggest watch it on your own.
Her eyebrow though, I hate to spoil this for everybody. Her eyebrow is a texture with PBR materials over it. They didn't do any modeling for the eyebrow.
God damn it. Worst games ever.
Seems like working smarter, not harder.
Oh no, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, like, these are the things I look for. I'm weird like that.
I think that's one of the reasons why the Silent Hill 2 remake having all the fucked up the
materials are fucking terrible.
The ghosting is so fucking awful, and I think that's one of the reasons why I was particularly fucked up about it. Is because I make videos for a living. Like when I render something, and if I saw ghosting on it like that, I would be like, "Fuck, I gotta do this shit over again. This fucking sucks." So I feel like you're probably feeling the same way I did, where it's just like it sticks in your craw specifically because you are looking for that. And
I know.
And if people aren't looking for it, then it just it water off.
Oh, I know. And yeah, exactly. And I remember when I first started animating, people were like, you should really, because at the time it was new, you should really look at Skyrim. And I'm looking at it going, these are terrible. These animations fucking suck.
Yeah.
Real bad. They're really bad.
That's a bird, right?
It does look like a bird.
A little. It's kind of hard to tell.
It's like a half bird, half squirrel to me.
A burl.
A burl. Oh yeah.
Oh no, it's the fetus thing in the sink in PT.
Oh yeah.
This is actually PT. We figured it out.
Oh, we did it.
Over.
We did it, boys. PT.
Also, I just want to, as a fan of sound design, the fucking the noise this goddamn monster makes. It reminds me of those videos, that wrestling video where it's just like, it reminds me of that. It's just like one constant, wheezing breath in. It's like a wheezing, like
a shepherd's tone wheeze. It's really interesting.
It like makes me want to breathe. Like it actually, I don't know if anyone else has this problem, but when I watch that wrestling video of just like the breathing in, like it stops me from breathing. Like I stop breathing when I listen to that, and I have to remind myself to like, like fucking breathe.
You mentioned the sound design. When she picks up the pipe later on, the sound it makes is really clean. That's a very clean sound.
All right, where is? Oh yeah, that's later. That's like at the very end. All right, let me pause. Let me pause my music. I searched Silent Hill trip hop on YouTube, and I got Silent Hill, but it's a 1994 trip hop album, and it's extremely. The cover is a direct reference to Portishead. So, all right. Yeah,
all the
that
little
Foley, baby.
A lot of nice scraping, yeah.
That's some beautiful Foley work.
Also,
it's little things like that with the sound syncing up with the actual actions properly. That's great.
Yeah. Who else is watching this with subs and not dub? I'm doing it. Why is my?
One of the arm damages in the first trailer, the teaser trailer, she gets grabbed by vines from the plants, and it like digs into her and seems like to infect her. So I wonder if it's related.
Yeah. Silent Hill F. Yeah, let's look for that original one. Where is that?
Pretty sure it wasn't it. Oh, there it is. Wait.
No, it's a live reaction.
Stream of the whole dang thing.
Oh, that's the sound that we just watched. We just watched that. Hold on. Where the hell?
Clickbaited.
Where the hell?
I would like to say that I really enjoy the way that like her scream there actually sounded like someone screaming and not like how in Silent Hill 2 remake it sounds like someone like whisper screaming.
Ah!
Here we go.
Also, this just reminds me of how fucking amazing this trailer was.
It was so good.
Dude, it's so amazing.
And yeah, just like in, oh yeah, I didn't notice that before, but she's already got a little bit, is that like growing out of her? Yeah, she ripped that off and yep. Her sleeve is already fucked up, yeah.
Already like imagery of being bound down by this flower, whatever the flower might come to represent.
Like society, man. And yeah, here's, yeah.
It's interesting. It looks like she's being sent off.
Oh, trypophobia warning, trypophobia warning.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
This part really does make me think of that disease aspect of it. Like the flowers are growing out like a disease of some sort.
Yeah, it's also interesting. It looks like she's being sent off towards a torii gate. Like out in the water, which, again, torii gates are connect. Oh, there's the face peeling off again.
Yep.
But connect, our world to the other world. So sending them off in water. I believe, correct me on this, but I believe that as like traditions and like funerary rites.
Oh God. So good, so good. All right. So yeah, that's another reason why I was like kind of thinking maybe the pregnancy angle might be a thing, because there's so much emphasis on growing, and especially growing like inside of her, and blood vessels and all that, whatever.
And the general toll that a pregnancy can take on the body.
Yeah. So, and also becoming less about you, like you are no longer, you are more like a vessel for the child, and you are not, it's like kind of almost subverting your individuality, if that makes sense. It's like you're no longer just you are your child and all that. So, and there is an expectation of selflessness that comes with that. Even if you are a child, if something similar to happen. Anyway, not to get too,
in the weeds.
There's several.
I see what you did there.
Photos in the new trailer too. I noticed.
What's that?
Like there's a mom with a baby and a couple other photos that seem.
Yeah, and then the dolls. Also,
Yeah,
I
the
just.
dolls.
Oh yeah. Look,
There she is.
there she is.
It almost looks like that one's holding a hand scythe. For
It almost looks
reaping.
like it. She's holding the F and forte right there. You see that? It's right
maybe,
there.
maybe it's not a needle. Maybe it's a scythe from the side.
Oh, it definitely looks like a scythe.
Yeah.
It definitely looks like a scythe.
Yeah.
I think in that
the new
shot,
one-
I think in that shot, she was just holding it in a specific way where you only saw like just the line of it, like
Yeah,
just the.
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it's
you
just
don't see the profile of the blade. You just
Yeah.
see the edge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Also, in that part where like the vines go into her arm in this trailer,
Uh-huh.
looks
Mhm.
kind of similar to how the arm is bound in the
Yeah,
we just watched.
you're
when-
totally right.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's 1000% true.
because like it's a very similar part
Yeah.
of the arm in those.
Is
two
the same
specific
injured arm
places.
too?
Yeah, it right
Yeah.
around the yeah. 1000%. You're totally. That's totally it. But hold on, I got a question. So a scarecrow in this context, scarecrows are used to scare off crows. Like that's the whole point. Is you scare
Holy
away
shit, get
animals.
away, man.
Bullshit.
Ward
Look,
off, ward
look.
away.
Just
You're fucking
follow.
with me.
Just follow me with this, okay? I know it's just walk with me on the. Go on this journey with me. I know
Hear me out.
you're gonna have to make a lot of leaps in logic. So let's just
Hayden says fear toxin.
fear toxin. Yes. So like, okay. So this is just the happening in Japan. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's
Okay,
what I was
there
going
you
to say.
Another M. Night Shyamalan reference. I'm trying to wrap my head because this seems to be a thing. It's a consistent thing that we've seen twice. We've only gotten two trailers for this game, and in both, they're deploying this scarecrow imagery.
Also the doll. Also the face falling off.
I think
I mean, like-
with the scarecrows, you could almost align it with that depersonalization thing again.
Mm-hmm.
They're almost human, but they don't actually have a real self or anything.
Right.
They are just a figure for a purpose.
Yeah, exactly. It is the human form being meant to fit to become a tool. Yeah.
And in
usually
that
a
way-
singular purpose.
Yeah, for the singular. Yeah. And in that way, is that maybe the commentary that's happening here because of this scarecrow being deployed? Is that tool used to harvest? Is it kind of like a reap sow kind of thing where the scimitar or whatever she's holding?
The shuttle.
Yeah, the shuttle. So that is the shuttle used. I don't know about this.
Shuttle was used as a harvesting tool. Yes.
Okay, so it's holding the shuttle as part of the illusion of for being a scarecrow to scare off the animals that would otherwise be scavenging in this field.
Mm-hmm.
So in that is maybe the commentary potentially the singular like the sort of reduction of the humanity of the women working these fields. Is it a commentary that is all that they are there for? And maybe that's the specter that's kind of coming after Hanako.
Ooh.
Like
I
this
mean,
idea
definitely.
of this future that is set aside for her, this one track sort of mind that society has for her, that this is the person that she is eventually supposed to be.
I mean, going off of Miyakishi's previous works, that does seem to make a lot of sense. And just, again, tying back to the pregnancy thing, I do think that might be more interesting than a pregnancy thing because we already have Silent Hill 3 that deals with that. And with the female protagonist, I feel like it might be a little weak to go back to the same well, unless, as a main topic, like as a topic to like talk about. Like, I feel it's definitely worth talking about. Like, when we talk about a woman's place within society in the 60s, that's definitely going to come up. I just don't know if that's going to be the major thing. And
I think that's
already have that in 3.
Yeah, it's potentially another aspect. That's why I'm bringing it up, is because that seems to be like another aspect of the future that Hanako has to look forward to. This one track sort of mindset that society has for her, or even her friends and family, or the town. Society, I mean it in all aspects, has set aside for her this kind of this foregone conclusion that she will work the fields, be a mother, and she is basically doomed to this future. It doesn't matter who she is and what her personality is, because all of that will be eroded away eventually, so that she becomes this vessel for this cog in society.
I'm gonna get all poetic here. The beautiful flowers blooms upon her, but its roots eat away at who she is. Or yeah,
yeah. And this one, when her face falls off, there's flowers on the inside.
Yeah, that's actually kind of what I was looking at. Is you could almost see it as the flowers on her are eating the body away and leaving her an empty shell.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I'm getting at.
And I'm wondering if the ritual is an abortion, actually.
See, I mean, there's space, and this is what I was going to say earlier. Is like Silent Hill 3. It does. Don't get me wrong. It does have it features aspects of childbirth. It definitely has that in its plot, but I don't think it really necessarily has anything deep to say about it. It just kind of uses it as an aesthetic, or kind of what's the word? It doesn't have it's kind of skin deep in terms of how it deploys that theme in the story. It doesn't really have any deeper commentary about childbirth, about how teens getting pregnant or teen pregnancy, anything like that. It's just that because this happened to Heather, because of the god that's growing inside her, there was a parallel there with pregnancy, and because of that, the topic kind of comes up. But do you know what I mean? It doesn't really have anything to say about it. It doesn't really have anything deeper to say about it, about how necessarily she is affected, how she feels about it. I mean, it comes up in little bits. But it's more like a atmospheric thing. It's not necessarily specifically targeted. The game doesn't have anything specific to say about it.
Yeah. It's like it as body horror instead of it as intrinsic, internal personal horror.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very surface level body horror. Yeah, and that's not to say you can't read into it. And if you do, more power to you. That's power of art. But for me, it was definitely I think that it doesn't. Silent Hill 3. I wish that it actually had more to say about that subject. Just like I wish that Silent Hill 2 had a little bit more to say about James's sexual frustration and why that's being represented in the way that it is, or because as it stands, it really just kind of feels. I don't want to say it half baked, but I don't know. There's
almost glossed over. It's there,
yeah.
but it's not touched on deeply in
Right.
a way to justify it fully.
Yeah, it's there so that fans could be like, "Oh, did you know this represents this?" And it's like, okay, but anything else to add? No, no.
Well, and also I think it wasn't meant to be the focus. It was meant to be a building block to get to the focus, where this seems like it might have more space for it to be we're dealing with this topic and just this.
Mm-hmm.
So there's more a spotlight on it, as opposed to these are things we're putting in the game that have meaning, but they're not, the be all end all meaning that we're trying to get to at the end of the game.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's kind of the thing that I'm talking about with Silent Hill 3. It's I don't know, to include it the way that it, whatever. I don't need to keep harping on this, but be that as it may, I think that having a game specifically about that subject wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. And I wouldn't call teen pregnancy or pregnancy in general well-trod territory for Silent Hill, because Silent Hill hasn't really said anything deep about it, or had anything to really talk about. That's not to say that this game is going to do that. I think that much like other people have said, I think that that's probably going to be a tertiary aspect of it, more along the line of well, actually no, because Devotion for the birthday grab, that actually functioned as a primary aspect of the game's plot. That was one of the main things that it was criticizing. But I'm trying to think of a metaphor, but I can't, or another aspect of this that's similar. But I wouldn't call it well-trod territory. I think that I would be interested in that subject coming up, but I would also worry about a squad of dudes like having something to say about this subject. It's just kind of like, look, Ryukishi's amazing. I totally, but at the same time, like this, I don't know.
What do you mean? Men are the perfect people to talk about women's issues. Who else would know what a woman experiences?
It keeps happening. Anyway, it's just unfortunate. But yeah, that said, I think that I don't think that that's where this is going. I think that that's a tertiary element of the story. Maybe, who fucking knows? We're still, the game's not fucking out for like who knows how long.
Yeah, we don't even have a release date yet.
Yeah, exactly. So
for all we know, the game doesn't come out until next year. Like,
oh, don't say that.
I think that's worst case.
Halloween.
Hey, Bob,
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna hop off here. I gotta finish up some promo work for today, because today is the full moon.
Yeah, sounds good. All right. Thank you, Jan, for joining. And I think that we're gonna that we're gonna call it there, unless anyone else had anything to say. If you wanted to jump in and chat, Purpley.
There's just one other thing is that I think other people were talking about it earlier, but some of the composers that Ryukishi has previously worked with for his visual novels are also coming back alongside Yamaoka and the other new composer. As they mentioned, two other composers who had previously worked with Ryukishi. That's cool, because the soundtracks for Umineko and Higurashi are both fantastic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Must confess. Actually, you just remind me. I'm going to listen to the intros to all the Higurashi arcs again, because I forgot how amazing they were. Oh man, that's good.
And then the game comes out and ends with her getting the Soul Gauntlet and turns into another Onimusha. Yeah.
Oh my god. I will say, if this game ends with the halo of the sun being drawn, I'm gonna roll my eyes so fucking hard. I'm going to see the wrinkles in my brain. Anyway, all right, y'all. They look like dolls to you, Beeve. God damn it. God damn it. All right, y'all. Thanks.
They look like Silent Hills to you.
It looks like Silent Hill to you. It looks like PT to you.
No, hold on. There's a hill in the background. There's another hill. It's pretty quiet. This is clearly Silent Hill. Yeah.
They look to you.
They like look to you.
Yeah. That's a hill. There's two of them.
Silent Hills. Oh my god, there's no audio, there's no music. Oh, if I mute it, then there's no, it's silent.
My god.
My god. All right, y'all.
The sons of bitches did it.
They can't keep getting away with this. All right, y'all. That's it for us. We're gonna call it here. Thank you so much for hanging out. I am excited. I want. Gimme. Oh, I need that music too. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh man. All right. Well, thank you everybody in the chat for joining me. Thank you everybody on the stream. Thank you all the chatters for hanging out. And yeah. I see that me litter on the streets. I get it. I know what you're talking about. All right, y'all. We're gonna call it there. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, take it easy. Tomorrow's Friday, so call off work and watch the trailer on repeat for 8 hours. That's what I call a nice day's work.
I'm just going to hold my baby up to the screen so that that's just imprinted in his brain.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm just gonna sit at work and get paid for 8 hours to watch it. Hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
It's much smarter.
Very smart.
Yeah.
Work smart, not hard.
I'll do it on the toilet too. And when they ask, "What were you doing all day?" I'll say multitasking.
Hyper efficiency.
Hanako of the toilet for real though.
Oh my god.
But what does the toilet symbolize?
Now that is a question that Silent Hill fans have been pondering for years. But anyway, all right, y'all. You have a great one. You have a great night, and yeah, we'll catch you later. FYI, no stream tomorrow, but for all the new people in the Discord, we're going to be watching a movie. A couple movies that are body horror related that came out recently, except one. One did not come out recently. It came out a long time ago.
Is it also body horror related?
What is my top movie of the year?
The second one Josh jokingly mentioned was body horror because of a character named Tonguey. So I will let you think about that for a second, and maybe
I don't know what the hell that is. What the fuck? What?
The first one, the only hints I'll give is the first one is you gotta pump it up. The second one is that's a lot of nuts.
I know what the second one is.
It'll be $5, baby. You want fries with that?
Tonguey was my nickname in high school.
What? Huh? Wait.
That is a joke. I didn't have any nicknames in high school.
He just left with nuts.
He just left with nuts. Hell yeah. I'm stoked. Rachel and I, Rachel more so, but we occasionally will just say to each other, Bertie. Tiger.
Your clothes are black.
Oh, we got to watch the version where he's saying you actually hear the words that he's saying that aren't being overdubbed.
Oh yeah.
I forget what it's called. There was one part where he screams like oh no, I'm getting that confused. But just as a reference, I implore you to reconsider.
Implore you to reconsider.
I implore you to reconsider.
Yeah, he has that monotone.
He does it real smooth. He goes,
"I am outside the wall."
Bring it.
Okay, throw us off.
I've chosen the large tub.
I've got some yellow liquid for your popcorn. Anyway,
my nipples look like milk duds.
I'm coming.
Should we just skip the movie?
Yeah, we can literally just put it. We also need to do a Space Ghost coast to coast marathon.
Yes.
I need to put that on the schedule.
Yes.
Oh, Space Ghost. Boo-boo Kitty, I didn't love you enough. Now I must lash out at everyone around me. Feel my anger.
I'm Egyptian. No, you're not.
I got punched in the face, making me the winner.
We trained him wrong on purpose as a joke. I love it. With the squeaky shoes.
Try out my face to your fist technique.
My nuts to your fist style. How'd you like it? Oh my god!
I still every now and then when somebody does something surprising, it's shut ripper.
Shut ripper.
Yeah. Whoa!
The baby rolling down the.
Isn't Betty a girl's name?
The dog.
The other one I forgot. The other one that I quote all the time. What do you get when you mix an owl and a bungee cord? My ass.
My ass. The way he talks. Oh my god, it's so fucking good. Anyways.
I wonder what that movie could be.
I don't know, but I've suddenly got a taste for Kung Pao chicken. Yum. All right, y'all. Yeah, if you're a part of the Discord, that's happening tomorrow at 9, hosted by the wonderful, the great, the so gracious, the kind Josh Moniz. And yeah, so that's it for us. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you, everybody. I've already said this, so I'm going to say it again. But thank you again for everybody in the stream for joining me. Thank you, everybody in the chat for hanging out. I enjoy all y'all's company and appreciate you deeply. So yeah, I will catch you later. Bye. Everyone say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Catch y'all later.